Guys, aloha, 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 man. This was supposed to be like transfer news. This was supposed to be transfer news. That's why I've got the big man Don Smoke here. But we have to always react to stuff that's happening, you know. And we have to really respond to the circumstances. So on the show tonight, we're going to talk about England's circumcision, as England as a team, Southgate, because I think we need some real truths about Southgate. Also going to talk about Haaland, our biggest about Erling Haaland, and obviously Don Smoke, City fan, will give us a detail as to why he thinks Haaland is a good signing, and this whole thing about his first touch being a brick is a lie. We'll touch on Bissouma to Tottenham, where does Koulibaly go, Barca or freaking Chelsea, and then we'll end with a little retrospective on Marcelo and what legacy does he have for Real Madrid. So again, guys, remember, like the vid, subscribe if you're new, and feel free to send in a super chat. We call them dubs up in here, man. Those dubs and super chats help to fund this show, fund my vocation as a football analyst, and help us to do what we can and so forth, man. So shout out to your boy Don Smoke, shout out to your boy Casey, who said he had to be here for this mixtape, and shout out to your boy Eric B, man. So look, man, let's first get into it, man. So let me just put up my thing here right now. England. Now, here's the thing. We have to first establish this Nations League. Now, let me just say off the bat that the Nations League, I think it's pointless. Specifically now. Because it's so soon after a long season, even guys like De Bruyne and so forth, they say that they're not taking it seriously and so forth. So, putting that to one side, that it's the Nations League, how seriously can you take it? What we have to accept is England losing to Hungary 4-0. You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that because it is still a competitive game. Now, you can call it a glorified friendly or not. It doesn't fall under the definition of a friendly. It falls down under the definition of this is still a competitive game. And one thing that I find hilarious is Southgate must go. Southgate is useless. Let's remove Southgate. Southgate is trash and so forth. And I find that hilarious because my thing is this is that. This goes back to the days when England felt that they needed to hire Capello, Ericsson, or so forth to get the best out of this team. England are delusional. They're delusional because they feel that they're better than they truly are. That's just a fact. They feel they're better than they truly are. England, these players, I don't rate these players. And people have to now accept that Southgate has overachieved with this team and overachieved with his players, with his very pragmatic system that has made him one of the most successful England managers in recent times. These are just the facts. So people calling to sack him, who do you now bring in? Or you bring in like a Pep, you bring in a Mourinho or so forth. To do what? How good is Sterling really? How good is Kane really? How good is this Bournemouth midfield really? How good is that defense really? Because what Southgate has done is he's created a system where in 2 tournaments, you reach the semi and you reach the final. But if, see, people always look at stuff at face value. Let's actually investigate these 2 tournaments. Who did England really play at that World Cup? Really? Once they met a real team in Croatia, they lost. England, the only team England beat at that Euros was Germany. And this is probably one of the most weakest German teams in a long time. And remember, this is a German team under Jogi Löw, not Hansi Flick. And this is a German team that is still in transition. And everyone knew that, bro, Jogi Löw shouldn't be anywhere near this freaking team. That's the same German manager that finished the bottom of his World Cup group. So you say to yourself that have England under Southgate actually beaten a top team at their top level, whether it be a Portugal, whether it be an Italy, whether it be a Belgium, or whether it be a France. No. So what have England truly achieved? How good are England truly? Because the mistake that people make, this is a huge mistake that people always make. A huge mistake that people make is, England, let's say look at how good these players are. But you have to put that in context. Kane plays with Son and Lucas Moura and plays under Conte. Sterling plays with De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and so forth under Pep. So we don't know how good players truly are until they come and now play with themselves. So you're just assuming that they should be amazing because they now come together. So before I give it over to your boy Don and everyone else to have their say on this England thing, my thing is this. My advice to England is humble yourselves. Humble yourselves. you can't be arrogant if you've only won one major trophy in your entire history. And that trophy you won, there's a home nation tax on that. I told you, if the only trophy if the only World Cup you won was at your ground, there's a home nation tax on that. So I am taxed in that World Cup. So if why are you arrogant if you've only won one trophy in your entire history? Back when most of us were even born, humble yourselves and admit that you know what, we don't have the same football heritage as a France, as a Spain, as a Germany, as an Italy, as a Brazil, or an Argentina. We are below those guys. And if you actually humble yourselves, you actually put yourself in a best possible position to actually try and succeed, man. Don, what do you say about England and Hungary, man? Talk to me.
You know, in the end, the good thing is football won once again. Right? Football is still undefeated. You know, you can only get away so much with bad performances, right? All of these England's performances in the past two tournaments reminds me of Oli in that season where he finished second, right? Right. It was a fugazi, right? So the thing is, hence, this is the thing about cup competitions, that element of luck, whereby dependent on who you draw, it makes you seem as if you're better than you are. But at the end of the day, my question for you, HH, I'd ask you, between Brighton and England, who has the better squad?
You would say it's England.
Right. So the thing is, then that is the solution. At the end of the day, you need a coach or a manager who can maximize whatever players he has at his disposal. And the question is, let's say, for example, Southgate was to lose his job. What's his next possible job that he gets? It's not even, probably, maybe some even championship teams won't take him, right? Because as bad as the England squad is, they're not as bad as he makes them look, right? So, but at the end of the day, the arrogance of the English media of it's coming home when you've never really won it. Hence, football won, and I'm happy. I wish it was five, because I was watching the Germany game.
Yeah,
Then when
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
2-0, I was like, no, I have to go and see those guys lose. And and football blessed me two more goals. Right. So I'm happy. And these guys won't do anything in the World Cup. As long as I have that guy,
Well,
Iraq might beat them, eh?
no, Iran.
Iran,
Iraq is still at war, I think. So,
the
Eric, talk to
cousins
me.
of Iraq.
Rick B, talk to me, man. England, man.
Okay, I don't know where to start with England. I think I'll start with the loss. Say whatever you want about the team, football heritage, Southgate. If you want to defend Southgate, there's nothing to defend with that game. If you want to talk about football heritage, you can't use that. Look at the players on the pitch. There's nobody in that Hungary team that is good enough to play in England. In air quotes, like nobody should be getting into that England squad. That's a fact. So
Okay. Eric, what about this? Okay, I agree with that. But what about the thing that Sterling, I believe, is England's most important attacking player, and he wasn't playing. It isn't Kane. The media
yeah,
tells you it's Kane, but Sterling is actually England's
it's
most
not Kane, no.
Sterling is the most important attacking player, and he wasn't playing.
Okay, I want to focus on I'll start with the loss first. So there's no excuse for that loss. I don't care what anyone says. How much football pedigree and heritage does Hungary have historically? If England has one on a scale of 1 to 10, then these guys have minus something, right? -4 maybe. So there's no excuse for that loss. There's no excuse for that performance. The only excuse you can give them maybe is you say they're tired. Okay, you might use it as an excuse. There's no excuse for Southgate to lose that game. But at the same time, it's not that important. I think Southgate was trying things. He's trying to see how good his squad can be. He's trying to improve his squad, maybe gain some kind of chemistry. Because I don't see why he played the teams he's been playing. He hasn't been playing the best team he could have played in these games, and there seems to be a really big problem.
So why the people then wanting to be sacked here? How do you?
Because people can't make up their minds. People say, "Oh, I never expected us to get anywhere near the final in the Euros, but we get there anyway." And because we lose, Sergei needs to go. He's clueless. You know, I didn't expect us to get to a
because that's very
semi-final.
key, because how many people thought England would beat Germany? Even though it's one of Germany's worst teams, no people thought England would beat Germany. And England beat Germany mainly because of Southgate's tactics. Not because
People need
England
to make
were a better team.
people need to make up their mind. Either Southgate isn't good enough and the team is amazing, and the right manager will win them all the trophies you can win, or the team just isn't good enough. And maybe Southgate also still isn't good enough, and then you replace him and try and get more out of the team. But you can't have a situation where you never expect England to win anything, but then you sack Southgate for not winning anything. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't really see that logic there with some England fans. But for me, the team have been doing as well as they could. They've been overachieving, like you said. Look at that same team. They lost to Iceland in 2016. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
So I don't really see the logic of saying, "Oh yeah, how good was Southgate really?" Look at the teams they played. But then many England teams have been losing to teams like that in the past. So that's not even an excuse to. That's not a good reason to criticize Southgate. That doesn't make any sense. What you criticize Southgate for is recently. They've been struggling to score goals. They're conceding too many goals. But then look at the team. How important are those results really? How important is this competition really? We have to look at the actual World Cup when it starts. It's easy to just look at the games before that and say, how on earth are we going to be ready? How is the team going to be prepared? Blah, blah, blah.
No, because again, like if you go back to England, basically England beats Germany. England beat Germany 5-1 in the qualification, and I think Germany had to go through the playoffs. So guys, what did Germany do? It ended up where England obviously they lost to Brazil, and Germany actually made it all the way to the final. So my thing is that I'm sorry, people calling for Southgate and so forth, that is just arrogant speaking. No, Southgate has to take England to that World Cup because he deserves to, because this is a guy that took it to World Cup semis and a Euro final when you had no business speaking to the Euro final because you have no heritage, you have no history. So this guy is overachieving with you. So 100% he should be taking to the World Cup.
I will end with this final point. Yeah, just the final point. I think that whoever actually believes that this squad is good enough to win major trophies, and they just need to change the manager, maybe you need to think again, because I don't really get that logic. I don't think these players are as good as people say they are. They're overrated, especially in England. English fans seem to overrate their players all the time, so it's just not going to
happen. Vator, talk to me, man. The England loss. Your thoughts on it, man?
I don't think Southgate has actually put a lot of priority on this, and I think it's evident. I think that's what you're seeing here. Everyone's kind of just going through the motions. They all have their sights set on the World Cup. It would make no sense, I agree, to even speculate about getting him out the door. For what? For this? No, he truly needs to have a significant failure or come short of whatever the target is, which is the World Cup. That's what all the hype's been. That's what he's here for. Do I think that he's the guy? I don't. I don't think that he's shown enough. I don't think he's shown enough.
But he got up to a final. He got up to. See, that's what I don't get with the guys, because he got into a World Cup semi. He got into a final. So you saying that he's not the guy is you telling me that these players are so amazing, are so world class that they deserve a higher class of manager. And my thing though is, okay, fair enough. Play attacking football. Play 4-3-3, 4-4-2. And that's Fridge, Maguire, and John Stones. They'll get exposed.
No, but I don't want to go from one extreme to another. I don't want to go from how pragmatic and defensive he's been, trying to minimize the weaknesses of the squad, to then playing open style and trying to put 4 goals. Because I don't think that's the international style for England, for most. All right, we've seen Italy, again, even at their best, they're not trying to crush teams. It's a controlled game, but there is talent. I mean, not from top to bottom. There is talent on this England team. We can't look at Harry Kane and say he's not world class or he's not of ability. We can't look at Sterling and do the same. We also, as overrated as the midfield may be, there's quality here. The reason why I say Southgate isn't the guy is I don't think he's shown enough in terms of getting the best out of those players. I'm Canadian. So I don't have much heritage or much accomplishments to really talk about. The fact that the team's in it, I'm totally amped up, and I see sparks of talent amongst the squad, but I don't see it across the board. I would never expect the team to go and play open football. But if I see limitations throughout how the managers approach games, I'm going to question them. Southgate has this World Cup, but I'll tell you this: if he does not get to the semis because of the expectations, if he does not get to the semis based off the expectations, and you made it a good point, HH, about what he's accomplished in prior tournaments.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's got patience for him if he doesn't get that far.
Wait, so you say this though, but and then I want to come to case with this. I did the World Cup predictor. So if France top their group and England top their group, I think England play France in the quarters. So if France top the group and England top the group and England lose to France, that many people think are the favorites, can you consider that a failure?
I will not consider. That's fair. That's fair. I didn't go so far as to do the predictor and see where things line up. But in all fairness, we should judge how he sets up the team and how they perform against France. That's fair. So that's where we need to look at, because again, if he goes and sets them up and has the team set up similar to what he just did with Hungary, and they do the same thing against France, and they give up goals again, you got to question the man.
Oh, not true. No. I think it's all in basically, like, what's it called? Don's favorite word, context. It's all context based on like in what manner do they go out then. Let me come to your boy Casey then. Yes, Casey, your thoughts, man.
Yeah, I was not able to watch the full game. I was at uni at that time, so I just watched like a lot of extended highlights on the subway. But whenever this happens, right, I always go back to 2010. 2010 England versus Germany. I remember, like, I very much remember, like, there was talks of England was going to destroy Germany. They have Lampard, Gerrard, and that was a very young German side. Remember, like, Müller was, I think, just 21.
No. That was the beginning of that Müller, Ozil, Khedira generation. Yeah.
And then 4-1 happened. At that point, I said, like, this is not a good. They never had a good midfield, barring when these guys wasted Paul Scholes. I think that was the end for England. They overhyped players like Gerrard and Fat Frank. I think that is what led to their downfall. They should have. They could have done well in earlier World Cups had they centered their midfield around Scholes. But Slippy was the guy because he showed passion and all that, and he had just one good game against Milan, so that's his legacy. Coming now.
No, hold on. Okay, so they interviewed Conor Gallagher and they said, okay, what are you going to provide Chelsea?
Yeah, exactly.
He said energy. There you go.
Now I'm coming to this. I was told that Gallagher is a good midfielder. Rice is a good midfielder. I was watching Talk Sports, right? And one of those guys said that if Liverpool wants to improve their midfield, they should buy Rice and Phillips. English player, Hungary. Like, are you guys dumb? Like, what the hell is this? They still don't understand what the point of a midfield is. The point of a midfield is to control the game. If you look at every single midfield, right, from 2010, Spain midfield, you cannot take the ball from them. Germany, people underrate how important Toni Kroos was for that World Cup. Croatia, Modric, Rakitic. France, Matuidi, Pogba. That's what wins you a tournament. A good midfield. Who does England have? Mount? And who actually played well today when he came on? Foden, I don't think he's a midfielder. I don't think he's a proper CM. Gallagher, Rice, Phillips. These guys, they can't keep their ball on their feet for like 1 minute. They can't slow down the game. So if their press is not working and other team just starts controlling the game, they are dead. That's why Southgate cannot be blamed, because you wonder why people say, why don't you play attacking football? This is the reason. He played 4-3-3 today. You saw what happened. He knows, unlike these clowns, that England doesn't have a good midfield. So you have to be defensive. They don't want to accept it. England has a very good defense. England has a very good attack. The midfield is
Can I
dead.
ask you one question?
Yeah,
Casey?
don't. Yeah.
Because context matters, right? You can't say Hungary have a better midfield than England, right? Because when we talk about compared to a better midfield, let's say for example they versed Italy's midfield or Spain, then we could say no, you can't play 4-3-3 because of that. But do you even know one guy? Can you name me one guy from Hungary, like one of the midfield players, like if you remember him?
No, but no.
You know,
but
Don, what the issue is, we don't know about them because we don't watch those leagues. We know about these English players. We know about these English players because they look good with international players. That's why we rate them so highly. We rate
Is he done?
Rice highly because
Wait. See, done. Here's the thing, though. Isn't it? There's so many times you see England play guys who I don't even know who they are and so forth. But I'm like, wow, these guys managed to keep the ball better than England.
Exactly.
The issue with
Then
England is
now that goes to the manager, because remember
no. It goes deeper. It goes deeper.
Let me learn.
But wait, hold on. But don't. I'm from somebody who's lived in England for a long time, period of time, and been to school in England. It is deeper than the manager. Yes, the manager is included. It's systemic. It's a psychology. It's a philosophy that starts from young.
The manager is supposed to give you patterns of play of how to bypass things like presses. It's like, okay, positioning for the midfielders as well. Okay, when our centre backs have the ball, you probably as the deeper six will open up. Look at Pep. Like what I'm trying to explain is when you play inferior teams, a centre back should even be able to play in your midfield.
Yeah,
it's that sad, because there were times whereby when Barca had the pick, even Piqué could go into the midfield with the ball, right? So when you say now we versing Hungary and you can't play 4-4-3, I'm looking at the manager.
But
This is the thing about Casey. One thing. Casey, one thing. I'll come to you. Don, the thing is, it is you're over assuming England's quality, because what you're missing is England. Their philosophy is passion, energy, go forward, go direct. Because Casey makes a very key point. Even when you're young, you're not told the fundamentals, especially in midfield, of be good in tight spaces, keep hold of the ball, and be technical, be good on the ball. It's about energy, move forward, keep going, energy, action, boom. There's no. Calm down, composure. England just don't have that kind of sense, footballing wise.
I can ask you, England have Bellingham, right? They have.
But he's 18. He's very young. He's very young. He's very young.
What I'm trying to say is he plays that role for
Gavi is very young. Gavi's 17. He plays for Spain.
I'm saying when he's playing for Borussia, he's capable of doing that. Whereby when he comes to England, he's clueless on what the hell am I supposed to do here. That's management.
But they have Southgate. Like, guys, he's terrible. He's not a good manager. Like, what they gonna do? I can't say that. I can't say that. No, I can say. You know why I can say this?
Hold on, wait. Let Casey, because Casey was talking. Casey, finish your point.
You can't say that because he has been the best manager for England, whether you like it or not, since 19.
Because the standards are so low.
I know, but what can you do then? They had Capello, who was a Champions League winner, and you have to understand that England will only win if they concentrate on your defense and their attack. The midfield is dead. They wasted Paul Scholes. That's their fault.
That is Oli tax. That's Oli vibes. Literally, United under Oli McFred.
No. Casey, I completely disagree with you, bro. I think, for me, I think this is a very talented team that's been wasted by an average and mediocre coach. It's that simple, man. Like I'm not having that. You see what Phil Foden looks like under Pep Guardiola. You see how Trent Alexander plays under Klopp. You see how Henderson plays under Klopp. Bro, you see what Jude Bellingham is doing.
No, yes, again, I love this. This is like the buzzword. Context. Who does Foden play with? Ilkay Gundogan, De Bruyne. Who does Jude Bellingham play with? Other guys from Dublin who are not English. So you can't just say these guys are amazing. You have to look at context. Who are the players around them? Where are they from?
But I get that point.
No, because yes, the point that everybody is missing is when England come together and it's England, they're now playing the English philosophy. You see, now when you now play with a guy from Holland or a guy from Italy or a guy from Spain and so forth, you are feeding off their energy.
But that's not true. That's not true. That's not true, because what does Phil Foden knows about the English philosophy? The guy is a Man City player. He's come from the Man City academy.
No,
The only thing he knows is Pep Guardiola's philosophy.
No.
That's all he knows.
Yes, yeah.
So what does he know about the English philosophy? What does he know about that?
No. Yes, so you're missing my point. It's feeding off the energy that's around
But
you.
no, that's bullshit. I think the energy and all that stuff is nonsense.
Wait,
I think it's nonsense.
Hold up.
I genuinely believe that's
hold
nonsense.
up, yes, yeah. Are you saying that you will play the exact same way when you play next to Calvin Phillips and Rice as opposed to De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva?
No, I am not saying that. But I'm saying from what I watch, it's exactly done. From what I've watched, individual players and how they play. The problem is Southgate does not understand how to play with these players. He simply doesn't. He lives in 1950. Southgate's philosophy is 1950.
Okay, you're talking about a guy who reached a final of the Euros and a World Cup semi.
Let's be honest. Let's put context. Who did he play? Who did he actually?
You can't use
No.
I can.
Yes, before that Germany game. No. Yes, honestly, tell me right now. Before that Germany game and the Euros, people believe that England would beat Germany?
No.
But yet they did, and they won it because of Southgate's tactics.
But then Germany is mediocre. At that time, Germany was mediocre.
But nobody thought that England would beat Germany. We can't just.
But
this is what I don't like, man. Is that Southgate is not great and so forth. But what we're not going to do is as if these players are so amazing.
But I'm not saying that. No. Look, listen. This is what I don't like. I don't like when people bring their biases and what they used to know about what England is, and this is what England will always be. I don't like that idea. We're talking about this team. We're talking about Phil Foden. We're talking about Jude Bellingham. We're talking about Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice. This is a different generation. This is what we're talking about.
No.
And from what I see, I'm going to
say the same thing about Beckham, Gerrard, Lampard, Owen, and so forth. And what do those guys do?
But I agree with you one thing. England has a tradition. They always had terrible managers. They had managers that did not fit the type of quality they had.
There's always an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
No, but if we're talking about the tactics, as you mentioned, you're talking about what Southgate did to win those matches. If he's getting the credit for those wins, we have to give him the blame for the losses.
He wasn't getting the credit for the wins.
But
So, as we're saying with Yassir right now, is Southgate even getting that credit right now? As Yassir says, let's use context. Who do they play? How good were they?
I've never rated Southgate, but I will give him credit. I will always say this: pragmatism, playing defensive type of football. You will only get credit if you win. The moment you don't win, then it's like, okay, at least one thing.
But hold up, as Don just said, as Don just said, against Hungary they played a 4-3-3, a drastically different system that they played at the Euros. So obviously your argument could be Southgate is like, okay, I'm experimenting to see. We know that Southgate's come to the World Cup, he's doing a back three and fully defensive. He ain't touching 4-3-3 at the World Cup. So
I don't think it's because
and it's good for England also.
We can spin it around. Let's say, for example, Madrid against Sheriff, right? It doesn't matter what formation they played. The moment you lose against Sheriff, you are not you're gonna get criticized because you're not supposed to lose against such a team. Because there's expectations of okay, you're of this caliber, you should never lose against this team, whereby even your reserve team or your second team should be able to beat them.
But that's the same thing. We have to praise Hungary also. They drew with Germany, and in the Euros also. This you saw they were just one goal away from getting into top 60. So I don't think they're a bad team. You can't say that Hungary are a bad team.
But I'll agree with HH one thing. I do believe there's always been a level of arrogance with England, and I feel like that's always their downfall. The level of arrogance. For me, I don't. This is not an excuse. This is just a general belief I have. I don't think they took the Nation League seriously, and I don't understand why. That makes no sense to me. Like this team, yes, they went to a semis in the World Cup. Yes, they went to the final in the Euros, but they have not won anything internationally. Imagine if you win the Nations League. It might be a Mickey Mouse, whatever it is, but it's actually you win something as a group. And it's like I don't understand why he didn't take it seriously.
But basically, my thing is that I've never understood England's arrogance, because I'm like, even from somebody even living here in England and just seeing whenever there's so much happen, I say, wait a minute, why do you have this level of arrogance when you've only won one major trophy in your entire history? Like Brazil should be arrogant. Italy should be arrogant. Germany should be arrogant because of the amounts of World Cups and Euros that they've won. Brazil for the amounts of Copa Americans and World Cups that they've won. But for a country who you've only won one trophy in your entire history, and that was at home, there is no justification for you to be arrogant. You have to earn your stripes, So which is why the worst thing England can do is that this doesn't matter. It's a friendly. We didn't take it seriously. We're going to be proper and so forth. Because if you do that, you now go into where they're like second odds favorites. Like, how are England second or odds on to now go on and win the World Cup? Where like the only team you've really built is a beaten up Germany. Now that was Germany is still Germany, and that was still a win you needed to give Southgate. But England haven't beaten a top team at their very best in a while. But what we're not going to do is not give Southgate his credit, because my belief is that these guys are not as good as you think they are. They're not. They're good. They're not that good. And Southgate is overachieving with them. You bring in a manager who now comes and plays 4-3-3, sexy for football, England would get destroyed. They'd get destroyed. If you now go attacking and so forth, they'd get destroyed.
If Hungary beat them 4-0, what is Argentina or one of these other teams going to do to them?
Eric, but see Eric again.
No, but Hungary is a good team. They also did well against France, Germany.
No, but Hungary,
but then
Hungary
we have
isn't...
Messi, Lautaro Martinez, Di Maria, and so forth. You see, my thing is that look, England are decent and they have talented players. But if you're now going up against someone like Neymar, Vini, Rafinha, or you're going up against Lautaro Martinez, Di Maria, and so forth, or up against Mbappe, Benzema, Griezmann, and so forth, that is a whole level of attack that England haven't faced. Like, let's be real. Throughout those Euros, what dangerous attack did England face? None, really. They didn't really face what? Timo Werner? So my thing is that Southgate is the right man, because the best chance England have to beat a France or an Argentina or a Brazil is you have to defend for your lives. But if you go toe-to-toe, you'll get destroyed.
France versus England is going to be a snowfest because both of them will play 3-5-2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, look.
Then the better team wins.
There you go. Let me take some Dubes, man. So, from your boy, Kujori Rengoku says, other than Foden, the best attacker and Gates a bish. What the hell? All right, this makes no sense, but thank you very much, bro. Mount, Jack Grealish, Jude in midfield dominates the World Cup. Gates is a bish. No. The Mounts, nah. You're having a laugh, bro. Nah. Talents FC. I'll stop being arrogant when Nigeria gets to. Hey, shout out, thank you, bro. Cloud. Dungo come out. What the heck? What? Wait, what's that from? All right, I think that's from you, Vates. Sorry, that's from Mitch. I think some background. Dunkerman says, France taking it easy makes sense, but England, come on. Yeah, no, look, I said again, we don't know how much to really view this Nations League stuff and everything, but still, 4-0 is 4-0. Hey, shout outs to Vates, Canadian in the panel and the streets, man. Hey,
you know what's crazy though? If you deep it, Raheem Sterling is probably like an English legend.
He's England's most dangerous attacking player.
It's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
That shows you the problem.
We had, even Rooney, but like dudes like Lamps and Gerrard, bro, they never had the impact in England's team like Sterling did in that Euros, man.
No,
that's crazy. Like if you think about it that way, you're like, Sterling, really?
Like when is the last time an England attacking player made team of the tournament? I can't remember. So
that's crazy.
That's your boy, legendary panel missing Patrick though. Hey, no, but Patrick recommended me Vateson. So, Shanty boy Patrick in there, man. Thank you, man. Talents FC. LC, India makes the World Cup in Doctor Strange's universe. 0. # combo.
We will not make it in that also.
Oh, well, that's harsh. But shout out my Indian brothers, man. Silence One says, wait, hold on. Let me just notice that. Frankie just came out and said, you're always flattered when teams show interest in you as a player, but I'm at the biggest club in the world at the moment. I feel fine there at Barca, so no news. Wait, Yasser, do you still believe that you're going to get Frankie?
Yeah, I mean, Barcelona needs to sell, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing they have to also pay PK like 40 million or something crazy.
Yasser, I'm
asking.
You guys gonna steal it? Your club has any shame at all?
Me? No shame.
Your
no
club
shame.
Has any...
Casey, no shame. We don't.
This guy has denied you like 3-4 times now.
It don't
Probably
matter.
2 times.
They keep on twerking, man. They keep on
Bro,
twerking.
200 times. It doesn't matter. We
Bro,
come back.
you are the biggest club in your country. You are the biggest club in your country. Have some shame.
Listen, it is what it is. Okay?
All right, so guys, let's keep it moving. So let's talk about this dude, man. He's arrived, man. Your boy has arrived. Your boy has arrived. Your boy has arrived, and I'm glad that I have Mr. Don and Mr. Vater in here, man. There he is, Haaland. Look, I thought it was actually pretty cool that they actually found that same sofa he was on, because that picture always kept him good and everything. So I thought that was actually pretty cool that they did that. I'll reiterate to myself, he's not a Pep player, which is why I find this so intriguing. The closest to this is Ibrahimovic, which, see, Ibra sort of worked, but it didn't work. Because obviously they actually had a massive falling out and everything. But when you just look at Pep's philosophy and how he plays and so forth, I think he wants his strikers to be a particular variety, which is why Julian Alvarez fits precisely. But Alvarez isn't coming up with the same kind of cachet or resume than Haaland has. Because yes, it's all cool what he's done, but you've done that for River Plate in the Argentine league, although he does look good. So my thinking is Pep maybe wants to try this whole striker thing again. Pep is like, look, we need goals. And every truly great manager knows that you must keep on evolving. This whole thing of like spreading the goals around with extremely smart midfield-centered players, I need something more. And maybe what Haaland represents is another goal-scoring threat in another form, which is probably what we need. I'll be real with you. I don't know. I don't know how well this will succeed. I think this will succeed, but it is to what extent it succeeds. Because people can say 15 goals, that's a success. I don't know. Expect more. Now, 25. Okay. Now, him scoring multiple goals, multiple winning goals in the UCL, him being the difference in the UCL, that's interesting. We don't know what this guy has done for Salzburg. But I just want to know how a guy like this, who his touch looks a bit iffy, you look at how City play, the ball is always on the ground. Do City tweak and change the way that they attack and move the ball around? Are we going to now see much more crosses? Are we now going to see the ball be a lot more direct? Or is Pep, or does Haaland have to take some serious adjustments and change the way that he plays in order to fit into a system that is very heavy in short, quick passes? Don, what are we saying here, man? How much of an adjustment period are we going to see here with Haaland, or do you think this guy is going to be a straight-up hit?
Before I even go to that, right, what I would like to say regarding goals, right, with goals you get two things, right? You get volume, and the other element is importance, right? And for me, that's what separates even Salah with Mane. Whereby Salah has the volume, Mane had the importance of his goals, whereby he scored the crucial or critical goals, right? From Haaland, I think what we already have the volume, because last season, although it was the common theme that Liverpool has the most dangerous attack in the Premier League, we scored more goals than them, right? But that wasn't the problem. Our problem was there were moments in games whereby there were certain games where we'd only get one or two chances, right? And we needed someone lethal and clinical to be at the end of them. That's where you have bums like Sterling, whereby or Jesus at times would hit the keeper, you understand. And it's in those times whereby we are frustrated, saying that it's moments like these where we need a striker.
No, but Don, here's the thing though. Haaland, does he get in those positions? Because we know that Sterling and Thingy, they have better acceleration and they're quicker and they're lighter on their feet.
No, actually, Haaland is quick.
Most quicker than Jesus and Thingy and Sterling?
Forget Jesus. Maybe Sterling or Walker, they could go have a run, but Haaland is quick, right? And Haaland has a very good positioning. As a striker, he knows where to be. Hence, most people don't get it. Whenever you see a striker scoring tap-ins, that's a striker with good positioning. That means he knows where to be.
Cristiano, yeah.
You understand? And Haaland, from what I've seen, he's the type of guy who would give us those, because there's some goals whereby they're not really chances, but Haaland finds a way of getting himself in a position to make it a chance. And the thing is, he may not score as much as people expect him to score, but he will be clutch for us because of his conversion rate. He's not going to need as many chances.
But Don, what about his first touch? Don, if you're giving him the ball to fit and so forth, how good do you think he'll be in tight spaces to receive the ball, give it back, give the ball, and so forth?
Okay, the reality is this, right? We've never really seen Haaland in a positional team, in a team that plays positional. So the thing is this: same thing with Lukaku. If you always play against teams that give you space, you won't really worry about your first touch because you know there's always space to recover. But if you're always in situations, I think that's where the improvements may come in, because even in training, it's always close spaces. So there's gonna be an element of readjusting. That's why I feel, although Haaland may score the important goals, I expect Alvarez to have a better season overall than even Haaland.
Yes. Vettel, what do you say with Haaland?
Match made in heaven.
Hey, wait, hold up. So Vettel, so basically, you're basically saying like 30 goals minimum.
No. See, okay.
You said match made in heaven.
It is a match made in heaven.
That's
it is a match made in heaven.
Minimum.
It's going to require some gelling. It's going to require some time. But I mean, this addition to the team is exactly what Manchester City needed, because teams that obviously couldn't match us in terms of quality would bunker down, park the bus, have everyone clog up that 18-yard box, and just defend for their lives. And they never had to worry about a person in the middle. They never worried about Jesus being in that middle, showing for the ball or running into space. They never worried about Sterling. And Pep has shown that he's played a quote unquote striker in that position, not with the proper skill set. He's played with Jesus there. He's played with Sterling there. He's also played with midfielders there, trying to move in that space. But they really don't pose a threat. They don't cause the center backs to worry the night before about the game, because they're just not that threat. This man's going to cause a lot of sleepless nights for defenders, because how am I going to defend him? Can I body him? Should I give him space? You're talking about worrying for first touch. The first touch isn't going to be so terrible when you're receiving some of the passes coming in from a Silva, from a De Bruyne, from a Gundogan, from a Foden, from a Mahrez, if Mahrez remains with us. The service is going to be there. My thing is, it's not necessarily about him scoring tons of goals, because I really don't know how the team's going to adjust to that. But the player that's going to force defenders to have to make a decision: do I follow him as he goes on this run? Do I let him go? Am I now worried about him going to the far post or where the balls may come in? There's so many. We only had a plan A, and now there's a plan B. Now there's a plan C, because now crosses that also come into the middle, there's a person with some body that can actually go for the ball. Not everything is to ground or waist height. So I love the different options. Another thing that's added to the mix now that we've missed is, and Smoke knows this, there's been many times where it's De Bruyne bringing in a pass, and it's inches of the player just not getting it on the end of the ball, someone not running to the far post. Haaland may be a plan B, plan C as a decoy, as the man running into space to bring in someone right behind. And I'm loving the different options that can come out. And I'm also thinking that this might be a player to win us some penalties in that box, because you're gonna have to touch him. You can't just let him be in that box. You're gonna have to put a body on.
Let me throw you this question. Maybe I want to bring it down before I come to Eric. Is this the because let's keep it real. You've gentrified the EPL. Yep, you know where I'm going. Like, let's be real. 4 out of 5. Liverpool just bought Charles Darwin, and they're letting go of El Dio. So I think City are going to now do a three-peat. So you've gentrified and test tubed the EPL. Is this the difference? Is this the difference in the use of? Because that's what I'm here for. Is this the UCL answer? Because my belief is this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll come to Dom. Pep looked at that first against Real Madrid, and I'm like, my God in heaven. Look at the amount of chances that we created, and we couldn't put them away. We have created so many chances, so many opportunities. What's it called? Leon, Sterling missing a goal from 2 yards away. This game against what's it called? Like who knows what could have happened in that final if you actually had a threat in the box to really give Rudiger and Christensen some activity in there. And obviously we saw this year in that first leg. So maybe he's thinking that no, this is the goal scorer that we need. Goals win games. So if we can just get that ball to this guy, that's when. So do you think this is the UCL difference maker, or he's just thinking more beyond that?
No, as I said, like we actually only need Haaland for the UCL. To be frank, like that first leg with forget even an elite striker, just a decent striker, we out of sight. It's one thing to come back from 2 goals and then another thing to come back from 5 or 6. I don't care what mentality monsters you are. Trust me, the moment the game starts, it's already over. You actually in damage control because you know it can actually be worse. So, and it's those, because if you see, look at the teams that have won the UCL of recently. These teams have moment players who are good in moments, right? And that's what wins you the UCL. You need someone who can create a moment out of nothing. And whereby with City, we're more of a cohesive unit, whereby if it's either the whole team plays well or we struggle.
Wait, don't hold up. So you're saying Haaland is like a peak Benzema, keep kind of boss, whereas that he's like this big moments guy.
What I'm saying is you need a player who can create a goal from nothing. And if you see
Haaland can do that?
No. What I'm saying in the box, not out of the box, not dribbling people. I've seen Haaland shoot from acute angles, top net, top corner, whereby it's not even it doesn't even go into the XG because there wasn't a chance. And we don't, besides De Bruyne or Mahrez, him dribble, what. We don't really have someone else. That's why when De Bruyne is having an off day, there's normally a worry, right? And so having someone, and aerially as well, so someone where we can, like for example, in the Champions League final, I remember there was a time we're just throwing crosses in, as if you have Rudiger there, you have Silva, and you have short Bernardo. Like what the hell? You understand? So it just gives us a different element or weapon to our attack, and this can get us over the line.
So, Vito, do you think this the UCL difference that'll come to you, Eric?
It's hard to say. I hate answering. I hate answering that before the transfer window. I hate answering that before the transfer window's closed. But in terms of are we stronger right now than we were last season? 100%. We saw how it was moments, it was fractions that prevented us from getting to that final. And obviously in the final, who knows what happens? We're better off for it. I think Haaland is going to be. I think he's going to bring an attitude that's been missed amongst the team, because we've all seen, yes, it's been with Dortmund, but he's had an emphasis. He's had a drive for Champions League. Like it's his ringtone, and it's been his ringtone from time. Like he brings himself up for these matches. I think it's going to be high energy for him when he's with the squad, and all the players are going to want to feed him to succeed. And we need that, man. We look at what City was doing, and it wasn't even peak Aguero under Pep. Look at what we were able to do. So this is a player that's getting into his peak. He's not at his peak, but this is the player that's going to grow with us. And the difference is, I know you brought this up earlier with regards to Pep and Ibrahimovic and things of that nature. That was a young Pep. That was a young manager, right?
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
He's older now. He's probably seen some of the mistakes he's had in the past. Another thing is he's got a young striker that he's got a chance to kind of mold and groom and say, this is what I want you to do. A little bit of the falling out that happened with Aguero is he didn't believe that Aguero would give him the work rate that was needed. So he brought in Jesus, again, a young striker that he could mold and say, hey, I want you to do this. And obviously Aguero showed the quality to get back on that field. We need Haaland. He's going to be of quality, and I agree with Smoke. It's not necessarily the EPL that we brought him here for. Yes, he's going to have to get into the groove and figure things out, but it's the Champions League. And we're going to load manage this man. Everyone's telling me that he's Mr. Glass. So let's load manage him and let him do his thing in the Champions League.
All right. So, Eric, you've come out and said that you think Haaland is going to fail. He's overrated and he's a Norwegian bomb. So, can you please put into context these things that you've said about Haaland and so on, why you think he's a failure and he's overrated?
Yeah, I don't remember saying it like that, but yeah, like you're just saying, I think he's going to be a squad player. Use whatever fancy word you want to use. He's going to be a squad player. He's going to be a bench player. He's coming off the bench. He's going to have to learn how to adapt to a new league. Adapt to a new way of playing.
Eric, hold on. Does it also apply to the UCL as well?
No, maybe not. Maybe not. In the end, maybe earlier on in the group stages, they don't really need him for that. But we'll see how we'll see what happens with the UCL. I'm talking about the Premier League, because a lot of people are thinking that's where. I mean, according to most people who are EPL fans, they say, "Oh, Premier League is the bread and butter." So let's see what happens in the bread and butter, right? We're gonna see how good he is really.
Why? Okay, so why do you have sort of a bit of trepidation as to Haaland coming in and just being super amazing with the amazing creativity he has around at Manchester City?
I mean, I wouldn't call it trepidation. I think people are getting way too ahead of themselves. People are getting too excited. And to be honest, I'm one of them because I didn't expect this to happen. But I'm getting excited for a different reason because I want to see what happens. I want to see how it works. I'm like you. I don't think Pep really, wanted him, to be honest. Obviously, he would take him because of how good he is, but I don't think he fits what Pep wants.
No, that's different. For me, Pep, he has... Eric, this isn't the whole Tuchel situation and so forth, where it's like, it's by a committee and so forth. Pep has achieved too much as to where any players are enforced upon him, which is why this is so interesting. Because I do agree that he isn't a Pep kind of a player. So maybe I'm interested to see how is...
Yeah.
What something has got to give, because I'm sorry, Haaland doesn't pass the eye test.
I mean,
he doesn't pass the eye test.
I said I don't think Pep wants him, not in the sense that City were pushing him on him, for him to say, this is what we have for you, take it or leave it. No, obviously he will take it because it makes sense. He was convinced apparently, and he's agreed to it, and that's why Haaland has signed. But that he was not his first choice. Harry Kane was Pep's first choice. That's the player Pep wanted. So it will be interesting to see how he adapts, how he improves, because he needs to improve. This is a step up. So I'm very curious for that. Haaland is not going to be... I don't know what people are expecting, but for me, he's going to start slow. Who knows what happens in 5 years from now, whatever. But Aguero was a much better player than him. And we saw how Aguero struggled.
Let me come to Yasser. So Yasser, what do you think about Haaland, man?
I think he's a useless signing, to be honest.
Whoa, what?
I genuinely believe it. Like, I just feel like it's a pointless...
Hold up.
Like
useless.
I think it's a pointless signing, in my opinion, because like the problem, I looked at the stats, man. The City had no problem scoring goals. They scored 99 goals. What is it? No. They scored 99 goals last season. City have never had a problem with scoring goals. The thing is, it's like you look at City, it's like, and I'm thinking, okay, what do they need? They've won the Premier League. What was it? 3 out of the 4 times, or something crazy like that. 4 out of 5. They will win if they sign Haaland or not. They'll win the league regardless. And you look at it and you're like, okay. And then the notion that they bought him for the Champions League. Yeah. This is a team that went to that lost to the semifinals this season and went to a final last season without Erling Haaland, and he had nothing to do.
No. Yes, stop. No,
we want to win it.
Thank you. No, yes,
not be it.
Yeah, an argument can be said that they lost the semi or the final because they didn't have a guy who could put the ball in the back of the net.
No. HS, I think it's ridiculous though. Like Erling Haaland or any striker won't win City the league. It's that simple. The problem that Man City had in terms of winning the Champions League, it has nothing to do with a player. They could have signed prime R9. They could have signed.
Yes, Wait, yes, what do you want to play? Yes, yeah.
They could have signed Maradona.
no,
They could have signed. They could have signed
Yes,
anyone.
yes. Did you see that first leg against Real Madrid?
That
Why was it fourth?
That had nothing to do with no having a striker. The
That's a
reason
good
why
point, HH. That's a good point.
it didn't
No, wait, but how? No.
HH, the fact that you can see so many goals for no stupid
No,
reason
yes,
has nothing to do with the striker.
No, yes, yeah. 4-3 and 6-3 are two different results.
HH, their problem is a mentality issue. When it comes to the Champions League, they face a mental block. That's just the reality. The fact that Erling Haaland is going to somehow magically unlock that mental block that they have is ludicrous. It's actually ludicrous. And it's actually stupidity. It's actually the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life.
So
it doesn't make no sense.
So no, wait, hold on. So if it's a mental block, what do? You go to a shaman, you go to a psychologist.
No, I said this before. They don't win a Champions League with Pep. They simply do not. The way Pep plays, the way Manchester City play, they will not ever win it with Pep.
But that's the whole point, which is why I said that. Okay, this doesn't make sense.
Because
Pep is no. Yes, sir. You just hit the point. You just said that they don't win a Champions League with the way that Pep plays. Maybe Pep realizes that, and he now needs to go against himself to try and do something radically different to win this whole thing.
You're expecting Pep Guardiola, the manager that has played the same way since the beginning.
Then why is he getting Haaland?
No.
Why is he getting Haaland?
Listen, it's a flex. It's a flex. I can guarantee you, signing Erling Haaland is a flex. It is a flex. The fact that they could sign it, they will sign it.
Okay, so how many of you guys
say no
think...
to Haaland? Hold
on. So sorry, Yasser. How many of you guys think City will win the title, the Champions League next season?
I do.
I can't answer that in terms of next season, but I can say excellent. I can say that the way the squad is being built, I will expect one in 3 years. I will expect one under Haaland under this current contract.
Okay.
I will expect.
I'm gonna say this though. Haaland is gonna score a lot of goals, but I can almost guarantee you right now. Clip this, guys. Clip this. City, statistically, they scored 99 goals. I can guarantee you they'll score either the same amount of goals or less. But Haaland will score a lot of goals. The only difference that Haaland is going to make is instead of spreading the goals around, one player will score a lot of goals. That's the only difference. Everyone knows that.
But that context also doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
My point is My point is. I mean, let's be honest. You're telling me they're not gonna look for Haaland and not trying to feed Haaland. You're telling me that.
No, we'll score more, not the same.
Will Haaland help you win the Champions League? That's the point.
Clip this.
That's no.
I play it back.
Okay. The bottom line is the Champions. Like for me, I feel that with or without Haaland, they can win the EPL, just as how they won it without the industry plans to De Bruyne. The discussion here is that UCL is Haaland the difference maker in the UCL? And yes, my point is, I don't think that this makes sense. And Haaland is such a radically different kind of a profile of striker as to what Pep operates. So Pep is saying, I need something so different because what I've been doing for 6 years hasn't been working in this freaking competition. We know we create chances. We know we're always one of the best teams. I need a different ingredients to try to say what's up.
But
and you can't handle for trying to do something.
Can I come on now?
Okay. Yes, I'll come to Casey.
No,
yes,
but for me, it's like we've seen it. I mean, it's a completely different situation. But we've seen a team that they tried to win the Champions League, they couldn't. So they brought in big star players, and did that work out for them? No, it hasn't. Erling Haaland, I can guarantee you this: he will score a lot of goals. They will win the Premier League. It's going to happen. But winning the Champions League has nothing to do with Erling Haaland if he comes or not. It has a lot to do with City. City need to figure out how to win it, and how they figure out is on them. It's a mental thing, HH. It's not a personnel thing. So that's just the reality of it.
What you're saying sounds nice, but it's a whole lot of rubbish. Like,
okay,
how do you figure out something you've never done?
Exactly, though. But that's the point. But that's the point, Don. Like,
listen.
Like, that's the point. Look how long it took Chelsea. Look how long it took Chelsea. 2008, they John Terry slipped. They lost it. 2009, they got beaten by Barcelona. Somehow, some way, some miraculously voodoo way, they ended up winning in 2012. Look at the team they won in 2012. You think it's easy winning the Champions League? You think it's as easy as getting Erling Haaland?
No.
You think it's that easy?
No, but
No,
that's
that's
not
it.
what we're
Yes, you have
talking
to do
about.
It's a step
something, bro.
towards the solution. It's a
But my
step
point,
towards the
but my
solution.
point is, it's a mentality thing. It's always been a mentality thing with City. City has always been good enough to win the Champions League. They've been good enough for the last
Wait,
5
hold
years.
No, I
on.
They just
disagree with
never
that. I
won it.
disagree with
Hold on.
that.
Yes,
I
hold
disagree with
right
that.
there. Okay, let's say it's a mentality thing. That's okay. These players just have this mental block and so forth. Now, if you bring a player who hasn't been part of this mental block for the whole six years, is coming in totally fresh, isn't that, as Don says, a step towards a new direction if you have a guy who hasn't been sort of poisoned by this mental block for the last six years? So that's the whole point. Why do you do transfers? Oh, we've not been able to do so because these guys can do something. Let me bring a guy that has a whole new fresh perspective. And maybe his fresh perspective will permeate and actually help to bring us something different from other guys because
for
he's
me,
new.
in my personal opinion, you change the manager. You change the manager.
Okay,
That's all you do.
Also Pep.
You change Pep. You
Okay,
change
okay,
Pep.
that's it.
That's
You
what
see,
you
like for
do.
example, right now,
No.
United's
But then,
failing
Don,
to
I
win
want
trophies. Let me ask you a question.
Wait, let it go.
Okay,
Don't.
Right, you see, like right
I'll come
now,
to Casey.
United is failing to win trophies with Christina, right? Let's say you bring in Ings, right? Is that not you trying something new?
No. You're right. You know what, Don? You know what? Let me take my statements back. You know what? Erling Haaland, I rate him a lot, guys. He's gonna bang for City. But for me, it's like I've always said this, Don. It's not you guys are gonna win the Premier League. You guys are gonna win the Premier League this year. You'll probably win it the next year. You have already figured out how to win the Premier League, but it's all about winning the Champions League. The Champions League, Erling Haaland won't win it for you, but Kevin De Bruyne will. Riyad Mahrez will. Ruben Diaz will. Edison will. These are the players. These are the key players that need to figure out how to win it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not
No,
Erling Haaland.
Here's what it is. Here's what it is.
Wait, hold on quickly. Let me come to Casey and I'll come to you, Vesa, because Casey hasn't spoken yet. I'll come to you, Vesa. Casey.
First of Double H, you remember I sent you a video of his first touch?
Yes.
No, I think I agree with Vito when he says that within 3 years, City should win a Champions League.
Okay.
And so this is. Did you guys freeze?
Oh yeah. Wait. Sorry,
Okay.
Casey. Are you still talking, Casey? I think he might have frozen. Okay, yeah. Vesa, go for it.
So here's the thing, because I hear about Manchester City should have been winning the Champions League from time. They've always had the squad. We've all played sports. We know it doesn't work that way. You've got to get to certain achievements. You got to get to certain levels of confidence and trust. There's the players trusting each other as players. There's players trusting the instructions from the managers. There's that belief, and then there's the belief in winning. Belief needs to happen from the fan base, and belief needs to happen amongst the team. That has taken longer than normal, if we want to look at it that way. But Manchester City at this point are in real belief of being capable of winning the Champions League, because when you have a semifinals, when you have a finals, and when you go out the way we've gone out, when you go out the way we actually went out in this semifinals, it's margins. Yeah. The belief is there. It's not we need to change things drastically. It's not we need to get rid of this manager when we've seen how close it is. We have to all understand that this failure, this Champions League failure, was on the players. I'll be I don't think it's bold. I think many would agree. I would put the blame on last year on Pep. Yeah. Pep wanted Gundo out there. Because of how he carried the team for most of the season last year, he wanted him on the pitch. But we saw the failure there. And again,
how much of a difference would that have made, really? If you had Rodri or Fernandinho?
We lost 1-0. So
Eric,
I think
this is what I say, Eric. That goal doesn't happen if Rodri is there. Now, Chelsea may have scored another different kind of a goal. But that goal doesn't happen if he's there. Wait, let Vesa finish, and then I'll come to you, Casey. Let Vesa finish, I'll come to you, Casey. Vesa.
So can I ask you a question to you? One question, bro.
Yeah.
And does Man City win one, not 2, 3, one Champions League under Pep? Do you believe?
Yes, I believe under Pep.
And I don't. That's it. That's all I was trying to say.
So, United fan,
but I just want to understand.
Let it land.
I just want to understand, if you think the limitations or the inability to win a Champions League is because of Pep as a manager, That's fair for you to believe. I think Pep has the capability of putting this squad together or furnishing a squad to win. Alvarez, Haaland, who knows what additions we get? It's possible. The bodies that dropped because of the battles with Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, as well as seeing Liverpool 3 times within the 3 weeks, just the way all that fell, again, sometimes you have to be lucky. It didn't work out for us this year. But I believe the team was capable of doing it. And I think the team is capable of doing it this year. It's not a mentality like we need a new manager. I think it's, again, things need to fall in place. And that's why I'm also not quick to be like Haaland, Alvarez, year 1, we're winning the Champions League. I can't look at it that way.
Casey, sorry,
Can
Casey.
I just add something before?
Wait, I want to come to Casey and come to you, Don. Casey.
Okay, so I was saying, right, I think Pep will need to coach him at least for a season. Because you see with every one of his players, with Silva, with other one was, who was it? I think Gundogan also, like they had like some bad first seasons, and in second season they just, and Rodri also, Mahrez, all of them. So I don't think they will win the CL this season, but next season I at least expect them to reach the final if Haaland is like injury free and everything like that. Other than that, I think there's a myth that Pep will not win this Champions League. He reached the final, man. It's their first final, and it happens. Like, which team has won their first final in Champions League? I think it was just Dortmund. Other than that, no one has done it.
No team.
Chelsea lost it. Even I think who was else?
Did
PSG also lost their first final.
Wasn't the Ajax's first final?
No,
in 95?
Ajax had won 3 European Cups before.
Okay.
What I want to say
Ajax
is
are
the
a
reason why
European superpower. Come on.
I'm saying the reason why I say we can is because of when you look at how close we are getting to it. Because at the end of the day, you have to look at progress within a competition. When before Pep came into now, are we much more closer realistically? Forget the odds of winning it than before, and the answer is yes. Hence, it's a thing of fine margins, and the question you have to ask yourself: do we have players who can deliver in the big moments?
But
for example, Chelsea had Drogba. I'm saying Chelsea had Drogba. You understand? Hence, I'm saying you have to ask yourself. And recently, Madrid had Benzema, whereby no matter how bad they play, as long as that player is on the pitch, you know all you need is just a few good moments and you win. That's what I'm saying. We now have the missing link that we're needing, whereby look at, for example, the game against the final. Liverpool had all those chances, right? But Madrid, all they needed is one chance, and that was it. And when Madrid scored that goal, I knew that they've won it.
And then we can even go back and even use Pep as an example. You go back to 2009. Go watch that final again, and I'm sure, yes, you remember. United were actually playing a lot better. And then Edsel was the guy who changed the whole course of the game. You look at 2011. Who was the guy that went on that crazy solo run in the semi against Real Madrid? Messi. In this UCL, your team can be amazing. And we know Pep can coach the heck out of a team. Sometimes you need the whole individual to say what's up. Now, is Haaland that guy? I don't know. He's very self-confident. He has a lot of belief. But if Haaland is that guy, that is probably what you do. Where like De Bruyne, Silva, they're all good, but you sort of need that alpha individual to be like, all right.
You know what's so sick though? How do you explain Chelsea? Like I still can't understand how Chelsea won the Champions League.
Yasser, Chelsea also had but if you remember, like Chelsea had a lot of failures under Mourinho against you guys.
No, I'm talking about under Tuchel.
Look,
when they won it, how did they win it?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me explain
That is
Chelsea.
Pep. Forget tactics.
No, hold on.
Wait, Eric, what do you say? Eric.
Yeah. Let the Chelsea guy explain how Chelsea won.
Please, I want to hear this.
Okay, listen up. Look, Chelsea won it because Chelsea were the best team in 2021.
No.
That is a fact. No, say whatever you want.
No. Tactically, they were.
I give that Champions League to Kante. Forget Chelsea.
Because he deserves it. No.
Yes.
Kante didn't play every game. Kante didn't play every game. Let me finish. Hold on. Chelsea were the best team in that competition. Tactically, we considered 4 goals. We were amazing. We tactically destroyed every single team we played against. Don't forget, Madrid was one of them. And Madrid, Zidane, who has won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, didn't know what to do against us. and we outclassed them. We dominated them.
What is
We
he going to do
dominated.
against
Hold
N'Golo
on, I haven't
Kante?
finished.
Wait, hold
Hold on,
on,
hold on.
because I just want to add something that you guys are missing. But Eric, continue.
I haven't finished. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the final. We destroyed Madrid in the semi. You guys have only beaten us once in your history, by the way. Don't forget that.
What was
And
the
then in the
aggregate?
final,
Sorry, what was the aggregate?
I don't
Something
remember.
like
It was, 3-1, 3-1.
2-1, like that.
Yeah, we beat them 2-0 at home and 1-1 away. Draw. And then in the final, don't forget that first half. He just say whatever I want about that goal we scored. We should have been like 2-0 or 3-0 up in the first half.
If not for Timo Werner, yes.
People
yes,
have short
if not for Timo
memories.
Werner.
People have short memories.
No, Eric, you can't say
No,
if,
don't stop
but
it, stop it.
Then,
No.
then,
Timo Werner, Timo Werner missed two,
But he was-
1v1.
he was-
And remember that
trash.
politic chance. Remember that
Go
politic
back
chance
and
as
watch
well.
it. Go
No,
back
no, but
and
he
watch
was
it.
also
Eric,
responsible for the goal.
but I'm
Eric,
saying it
keep
was
cooking.
Werner, so it doesn't count.
Eric,
We
keep cooking. Let's carry
we
cook.
battered Man City. That's a fact. We guys taught you a lesson. We showed you who the elder brother is. We are still your big brothers. I don't care how many Premier Leagues you won on that Pep. That's the truth. Okay, so we
No,
battered you guys
we
1-0.
cleaned you. We went to the bridge. Remember, we
Oh,
had like
look,
one
no, that doesn't
look at
matter,
this.
man.
Look, that's a
That was
one-off
big
game.
brother, yeah, man.
That's a
We
one-off
said
game.
Pep
We
said
won.
the
Eric,
record
Eric,
stays.
give respect to N'Golo Kante. You still haven't mentioned his name.
No,
you
I'm getting
you
there.
won that
Hold
Champions
on.
League because
Oh
of
my-
N'Golo
Let
Kante.
Eric
I'm
land. Let
getting
Eric
there,
land.
man.
Yes.
I'm getting there. Who got
Eric is crashing. He's not landing.
No, I'm landing. We won the CL. I'm landing. Don't worry, I'm landing.
No, you landed. Then you
Can't-
took off again.
No,
Now
I'm reminding you. So I'm landing with my story. My story is almost done. How many players have gotten 3-4 consecutive man of the matches in the Champions League? Can you tell me how many players have done that?
None.
Yeah. So Kante did that, by the way. An incredible
Yeah.
player, one of a kind.
No.
And in that final, he taught De Bruyne a lesson, and he showed you how it's done.
This
agree.
is what people are missing. People are missing the Tuchel factor. A season prior, who took PSG to their very first UCL final? It was Tuchel. Tuchel took over. He literally had to coach the team. He literally had 24 hours before he had to take over that team. So he took over halfway through. Hold on, let me land. He took over and you saw what he did. Tuchel also reached 2 cup finals. If not for that moron Mason Mount, Chelsea would have actually had one of those freaking cup trophies. But for that moron,
Easy.
and also I'm not going easy. Look at what Chelsea did in that second leg against Real Madrid. It is what it, and also that's goal.
Mount with the second goal. Don't forget Mount.
We can't
It
forget.
was
in that
Eric, my point is that it was tactics. And now this goes back to Pep. If you want to have a real conversation, Pep league-wise, he's one of the best league managers of all time, league-wise. Cup-wise, Tuchel is a superior manager to Pep. Pep in cup competitions, I just tactically
Where's
he's not
Tuchel's
to
treble?
level.
You can't make that
I
call
said
after just
call.
last year. You can't make that just after last year.
HH.
No.
I'm
feel
talking overall.
No,
I think
but
Pep has just
Tuchel is a
one or two
superior
finals.
Unai Emery. That's what Tuchel is, a superior Unai Emery.
I don't even think
Don't
it's
do
superior.
that.
I don't
Don't
even
do
think
that.
it's
Don't do
superior.
that.
Tuchel doesn't take Villarreal to a semi-final. I don't even think it's better than Emery.
Down smoke.
Yeah, so it's as simple as that.
No, also Don.
Okay, you overhype Tuchel so much, right? Watch that Liverpool versus BBB game in Europa League. That was a dead Liverpool team on the clock, and he taught him a lesson. This is another myth that Tuchel is some sort of a genius. He's a good tactician.
Wait. Let me bring it back. So, Don, EPL only, just EPL only. I'll come to it. How many goals do you think minimum amount of goals that Erling Haaland scores in the EPL only?
15, because if it's less, I have to wear that Liverpool garment.
Vito, what do you say, man? EPL only. How many do you think Haaland scores minimum?
Minimum. I can see my man scoring 20, 25 goals.
Oh no.
I can. I'll tell you why.
Okay. This is minimum, not max minimum.
Yeah, but if he hits that or not, whether he does that or not, it could be his maximum. But I think he's going to do 25.
So you're saying he's going to at least score 25.
So no, 25 total. Minimum 15, 17.
Okay, I just want to say 15, 17 because
Okay,
because
15,
I thought you
17.
said minimum 20 because see my thing is that so you guys don't think this guy has to readjust from Bundesliga to the EPL?
No,
He does,
I mean,
but he'll have enough time.
no,
to
not
score.
smoke. This is a myth. Bundesliga tax is the biggest myth, and it was created because of this bum ass club, Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club created the Bundesliga tax.
We didn't know we did.
Players come from Bundesliga all the time. Yong Song,
Yes, Luka
Hoffenheim,
Jovic.
Jovic from
Say
where?
his name. Luka
Not to the
Jovic.
Premier League though. Not to Premier League though. Listen, I'm telling you. I agree with my boy here. Is your name is Vator?
Better, yeah.
Vator. Yes, bro. 20 goals easy peasy. Let me squeeze it. Simple. 20 G's, man.
Yasser is United fan, and this is his.
No.
Jinx.
I'm not. I swear to you.
It's a jinx.
I don't believe in jinxes. Okay, it's
Yes,
haram.
it is a jinx.
It's haram, bro. I don't believe in it.
No, but okay, guys. Haaland, is this guy going to now be the next future superstar? I say no.
Please, God, no. Please, no.
I
Please,
say,
no.
I think it's going to be tough, but I think I found it personally insulting him being compared to Mbappe. I found that very insulting because I think Mbappe is in a whole different stratosphere to Haaland.
He's a bum.
So
Wait.
Double, I have a question on Haaland. You think if Pep they could have bought Felix, they would have gone for Haaland?
Ooh.
Because Felix is around 200 million.
No, but
Joao?
Casey, you must understand. You must understand that we already have. I think it's more of stature, Haaland's stature. We have a lot of small players, right? So Haaland gives us something different, whereby.
But none of them are at the level of Joao Felix, though.
Come again?
None of them are as good as Joao Felix on the ball.
Yes, technically they know when you're Felix, but really the thing is you must understand that there are games whereby we run out of space. Like you can't squeeze in anymore. You need to jump or do something else, and it's in those games that you need something different. And for as good as Felix is, you're not gonna dribble 10 guys who are just chilling in the 18-yard box, right? So that's what I'm trying to say, that Haaland, hence it's more like Pep went out of his way to give himself a new tool. That's why I agree with you when you say that Haaland normally stylistically is not a Pep player. That's true. Pep is trying to find how to add. It's like he's going into the lab, right? We need a new drug because what we were giving is not more effective anymore.
Let me make it so from me. Before Dungo come out and says, HH's right about English psychology and mentality. They rejected Paul Scholes because they didn't understand his composed style of play. And you know what's also funny? I think they asked Xavi Xavi said, "No, Paul Scholes is definitely one of the top midfielders out there." He didn't say that about Gerrard or Lampard.
They were watching. Apparently, I think it was Iniesta that said that they watched like a whole compilation about Paul Scholes, and they were like mesmerized about him. I don't know. Then La Masia was showing Paul Scholes, man. I don't know.
Yeah, they were doing that about Gerrard or Lampard or so forth, man. Just about says CR7 Marcelo duo was goated. Goals, skills, and creativity. 100%, man. 100%. No, we're gonna get to Marcelo. Of course, a United fan wants Pep gone.
You know. Okay. Confession time, right?
Okay.
This is my confession. All right.
Okay, go.
You remember that time? So when he was linked to the Manchester City job, he was also linked to the Man United job, right?
Yes.
And then I think there's I made like a Snapchat to my friends how devastated I was that Pep Guardiola was going to Manchester City. Literally, that broke my heart. That broke the fact that he chose City over United, bro. I was devastated. Even though I knew it was like a pipe dream that he was going to come. Listen, deep down inside,
it would be a very different.
Pep is that dude. Pep is that dude. We got to give him his respect. Pep is that dude. But all I'm saying is
league wise, not UCL wise, league wise.
All I'm saying is that he's cursed. I believe in curses. I think the Champions League is cursed.
Wait, why?
No. He's not cursed.
Okay, double F.
Messi and Javier give him life.
Okay, if he wins one more CL, he's the GOAT, right?
I put my hands up. I can't say anything about Pep no more.
He's the GOAT because he has conquered league also and three UCLs. That's GOAT.
He needs to win with Scunthorpe. Where's his done?
Relax.
Oh my goodness.
Dracula Sepe says, Yassia, focus on how to avoid relegation next season.
Wait, HH, serious question, right?
Yes, sir.
So what happens to United if you don't really sign De Jong? Because you basically the same team Probably worse because a few players are gone. But then an unproven manager will just hide.
Smoke. All I want to see Cristiano on Europa League nights. That's all I want to see is Cristiano on Europa League nights.
No, wait, is he still gonna do that too in the Europa League?
You know what it is though, Don? If we don't sign Frenkie De Jong, I will low-key be kind of. There's a part of me that really wants us not to sign Frenkie De Jong and actually have a terrible summer, because, like, it's like, you know, I'm the type of guy where, like, I don't like being like in the middle. You know, either I want to be really good or I'd rather just be extremely bad.
If he's still gonna do that too,
I don't like my hopes. I don't like to be given hopes. Okay. For me, it's like if we don't sign and we have a terrible season, it's like, yes, we're shit. Okay, I can accept that. But it's like the notion of maybe there's a chance we might be back. And for me to get all hyped up and all to be crashed down and burned, oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Just don't self-harm. That's all we're asking.
The only thing with that is I think it's good when your team is struggling because you see which players play for the badge.
Yeah.
You see who actually plays for the club and wants to put in an effort. That's why. And again, from a fan base, I think you guys need to trim the fat. There's a lot of hanging on Manchester United fans.
Yeah, no, lots of
guys
guys
have lost a lot of fans already, so I don't think they can afford to.
No. What's it called? I know 2 United fans who are on loan to Real Madrid.
Hold on, wait a minute, Dust Smoke.
So,
were you always a City supporter? Just want to know, man. I mean, what?
No. Next question.
Shots boy. Yassia is Man United's mentality, sacking managers left and right instead of building and growing together. That's why Ten Hag will fail. Look, I think here's the thing. It's all about expectation. If United wants Ten Hag to win a league title in his first season, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. If they are willing to wait for a process and allow him to build, it is what it is. United have to humble themselves and realize that the fake attempts are now gone. You now have to now be fully realistic.
Let me say something real quick.
Go for it.
One of the biggest L I took in my life. Prior to us signing him, he was my favorite player in the world, and that was Di Maria. I was obsessed with Di Maria. I loved Di Maria so much. The fact that when we even signed him, bro, I was over the moon. Ever since Di Maria, bro, I mean, I've been in a situation with Man United. I don't even care who we sign anymore because I've been crushed too many times. My heart has been broken. Like watching Di Maria play for PSG literally hurts me. Physically, it hurts me, man.
Wait, hold on. Now, so that's Latin Rosario. Nice to see Vader, the fraudiola apologist. Wait, so are you a fraudiola apologist? Explain.
I don't know where this is coming from, but if Pep needs representation, I'll represent him. I'll represent him and explain why failures have happened in the past or why it hasn't happened at Manchester City. 100%.
No, come on.
This is the thing that's crazy, though. This is the thing that's crazy. Only Pep is expected to win the Champions League his first year at the club.
He said he destroyed
He's
football.
That good, though.
No.
If you're that good, you're that good.
Here's the thing, though.
Okay, hold on.
For 6 years. Hold up. For 6 years. It's been 6 years right now. You've had countless amounts of money. You can sign anybody in the world. And you've really managed to make one UCL final. You've only made one UCL final since leaving Messi.
Those are
Is
key
it so much to
words.
say that's really that it was more about those players than it was Pep?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Then how come you've only made one
I'll
UCL
explain.
final since?
The reason why is because he formulated that team from the very beginning at Barcelona. It was his vision in terms of that team.
Then why can't you do it with another team?
Can I turn the question around? Right. Then is Tuchel a great tactician or was it Conte overperforming tax? Because at the end of the day, you can't have both.
Don, let me.
The tactics have to be created and then players have to perform.
Don, let's be real right now. This isn't like basketball where if I have a LeBron, that is almost enough for me to destroy. This is 11 against 11. Can't say, of course, he was huge. But are you not going to compare that Chelsea team to peak Barca? No, you're not. That's
I'm not comparing
team.
Barca. I said Conte. I don't
He's
even
one
count.
man.
Yes, Conte is two midfield. Conte at his peak, he's basically two players. We all know that.
But Don, there was more on Tuchel's tactics with the likes of Done. We had Timo Werner. Done. How winning UCL with Timo Werner is done. That's done.
No,
That's
but
done.
HH. The thing is this, right? It's not like Pep won the Champions League against Tottenham like Klopp did, right? He beat Ferguson at his peak, where they're like,
With
no, this is
Messi and Iniesta.
yes,
Done.
but
Done.
did you see that United team? Oh nine.
No. They had a better team, man. We gave
Nah,
up.
nah.
They had a
No,
better
that's not
team.
true.
They
It's
had a
Messi.
better team.
Wow.
It's
That
Messi.
is
But it was
It's young
England's
Messi.
best
It's young
against
Messi.
Spain's best.
Bro, who
You
they?
can't have
That's
they
both.
had
Gohan.
Eto.
He's Gohan. He's not even matured yet. That was Gohan.
Even Gohan was still one of the best players in the world. Now, when he became Goku, that was a cheat code. Even when he was Gohan, he was still one of the best players in the world. So, and also Iniesta, Xavi, and that was still a Spanish core who won 3 international trophies in a row. I'm sorry, Pep.
But he
Pep
built that system of how to play.
Pep
The-
can't
the
look at
inverted
Mourinho.
wing-
Done. Pep cannot look at Mourinho until he wins a UCL with another team. He can't look at Mourinho. He can't look Mourinho in the eye. He can't. He
Okay,
can't
so
look
it-
Mourinho in the
Why?
eye.
Okay,
until he wins a UCL
just
with
one
another
question.
You mean for
One question.
UCLs? You mean
How
with
much?
regard
How
to
much did?
UCL?
How much did Mourinho spend at Chelsea? How much did Mourinho spend at Chelsea?
Casey, who won the UCL for FC Porto? Who?
I'm talking about Chelsea. I'm talking about.
I know,
Chelsea.
but I'm talking about FC Porto. Who won for FC Porto?
I'm
That
talking
FC
about
Porto
Chelsea.
didn't have bumps in. They had
talking
charisma.
about
They
Chelsea.
had players.
Don't
They had players.
do
They had
that. Don't
some
do
of
that.
Portugal. We can go through the squad. It wasn't some bums from down the road that Mourinho came and he told them let's
Hold up.
defend until we win.
Done. Did prior to Mourinho coming there, did Inter ever win a UCL before he arrived at Inter? Huh?
But how many
But
of
it was
those
a
players that
quality
won?
Inter squad.
HH. I'm saying that Eto. Then we can go through that list. It
Did
wasn't bums
Inter
from down
Milan
the road.
win a UCL before Mourinho? But Barca with Ronaldinho won a UCL before Pep. I'm sorry.
All right.
At the
So
season
when
before
Pep
Pep,
wins
Barca
it, has
struggled, and
Manchester
they
City
just-
won a
no,
UCL? When
HH.
Pep wins it, I want the same energy.
It's 100% until that happens. 100%
The
with it, yes.
season before Pep came, Barca just scraped top 4.
What did they do in
100%.
06?
No, he's
Don,
right.
what did they do in 06? What did they do in
But that
06?
team was finished. That
Before
team was
Pep
finished.
came, before Pep came, they scraped top 4. And people are like, no, this is the end of Barca. And then he transformed that team. Went to the academy, took Busquets, he bought Alves from Sevilla. It's not like he just came and found a team that was already made. No, he reinvented that team and that team dominated.
Okay, that's a point on. Then why can't you do it again with a different team?
He
Why
will.
can't
Because
you?
it's hard.
He will.
He
will.
I'm saying at the
Okay,
moment,
hold
it's
on.
hard. It's
Okay,
not
I
easy.
can double it.
He's
Double
got
it.
this
I can
now.
agree. I can agree.
He's got this now. Not the small one with just one knife and no.
Those
he's
things
got,
are actually bloody useful, man. Those things are actually really
he's got a
useful.
quality one now.
No, double
Shout out to Switzerland.
No,
man.
double
Yeah,
S.
Casey,
We can
what?
agree that Pep is not the GOAT right now. But I have seen some very disrespectful comparisons with Klopp. People like Klopp. I have problem when people compare him with Klopp. Klopp is not even the same planet as Pep.
Klopp is closer to Tuchel than Pep. Because
He's-
if
yeah.
Tuchel wins the Premier League and the FA Cup and the Karabuki, they're the same.
Don, if you want to be real,
Tuchel just needs to win.
if you want to be real, Tuchel has achieved what Tuchel did with Chelsea is greater than anything Klopp has achieved. If you want to
Exactly
be
my
real.
point. So by having them next,
You know,
to it's
people bring up his Dortmund team. 2005 to 2012, Stuttgart won the Bundesliga, Wolfsburg won the Bundesliga, and Dortmund won the Bundesliga. Only his BVB is pointed out. Why? I never understood this Klopp hype. That's my only
And even
issue.
that
When
team,
people,
they had
when
Royce,
people compare him with
Lewandowski,
Klopp,
Gundogan, the
that's my
list
only
is
issue.
long.
KC, you
Wasn't bummed.
you made it interesting. But I was thinking, did Pep ran Klopp out of the Bundesliga? He did that, didn't he?
Yes, and he's going to run him
He
out
came-
of Premier
he-
League also now.
Crazy. That's
And
crazy.
he followed him.
That is crazy. so you're telling me Pep Guardiola came to Bayern Munich, ran Klopp out of his own league in the Bundesliga. He ran up to the Premier League, came to the Premier League, and now is running him out of the Premier League too. That's crazy.
Didn't Klopp
crazy.
Didn't Klopp win 2 Bundesligas in a row?
But
Yeah, that was
Stuttgart
prior to
also
Pep.
won it,
That was
Wolfsburg also
prior
won
to
it.
Pep. That was before Pep.
And then you run him out with
Yes.
Dortmund.
Wait, let me hear this. So, Sima Singh says, back to England, Southgate is crap. You need to realize that Southgate got results during an era when other international teams have been weaker.
That
No
is true.
R9, Zidane, etc. But
That is
facts
true,
are
though.
facts. He still got them to that same.
No,
Of
but
course,
that's true,
There's,
though,
there's, there's tax though, but it is what it is. Okay, put it this way. Okay, if you bring in R9 and Zidane, then England even with Jesus or Moses, ain't beating any of those teams. So,
but actually, how did they lose? Like I mean, this it's we gotta talk about this Italian team because this is such a I don't. How do you downgrade and how do you combust like this? I don't understand.
I mean,
you
look,
want the Euros? They look nice. You know, they look so nice. But at the Euros, they look good.
Chiesa
and now
attacks.
they look
Chiesa
like
attacks.
kids.
Chiesa.
Trash.
If that Brick Salah scores 32, Haaland can too.
That
Not
is
in his
true.
first season. Not in his first season.
Salah scored in 32 in his first season, though.
Was that his first season?
41. Didn't he score 41 his first season?
No, he broke the record in the first season. He scored the most goals ever in a Premier League season.
But funny enough,
Haaland
I think
ain't doing that.
when under club system will score just as much as
that is true. I agree with that.
All right. Now, Eric, I've got to come to you now, man, because this is where I'm not getting angry right now. All right.
Chelsea. You know, I actually have
No,
Chelsea sources. I actually have sources, though.
Okay, wait, hold up. You see, Eric, let me tell you why I'm now pissed off. Eric, do you know what I do every morning? Do you know what I do? I do two things. First thing I do, I go to Fabrizio Romano. Then I go to that bum-ass piece of crap Twitter handle known as Absolute Chelsea. Eric, since you're much more of a hardcore Chelsea fan than me, I needed to say to those idiots and those bums that only post when there's some concrete stuff. Eric, do you know how annoying it is? Interested. Oh, it's close. Oh, we're really close. It's getting close right now. Oh, we're really interested. We're intrigued. I'm like, shut the F up, you stupid idiots. Because do you know why they do this? Do you know why it happens? Because you see all these bummers that have retweets and likes. Eric, do you know what I was doing right now? Eric, talk to your stupid fans. You talk to your fans. These idiots are trying to make a case that Jorginho deserved that award. They're trying to make a case that Jorginho wasn't carried by freaking Kante and Baran to his 2 trophies. Because you have idiots like Carefree or whoever that says, oh, interceptions pass. I said, shut up. But Eric, here's the thing though. In your view, and Eric, I don't want any crap. I don't want you to sugarcoat. I don't want it to be nice. I need you to give it to me real. Are we going to get Koulibaly? Yes or no? I don't like that pause. Eric, I really don't like that pause.
I mean, you said a lot of stuff. I have to think about
it. Eric, you know, I've stopped saying Todd B and so forth. I've stopped saying
Todd B.
I told you, man. You can't say that yet. It's
I can't.
You can't. No. Say that after a few signings.
No. Because Eric, I have a nightmare. I have a recurring nightmare, and my nightmare is that we start next season and Conor Gallagher is our only major signing. That's my nightmare that I have. Other recurring nightmare. So Eric, try and wake me up from that nightmare and tell me that we're gonna have a good summer, starting with Koulibaly.
Okay, so that is a difficult. In fact, that's impossible. I can't. I would be lying if I said I could do that. So let's just keep watching. It's been a few days now. The clock is still ticking. I'm getting more concerned, to be honest, and I'm not interested in these excuses people give. Oh, fastest takeover in history, blah 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 blah. People need time. Look, get it done. Get the signings over the line. We did a lot of signings. You know, there's a lot of work to be done. So it's not looking good, HH. I have to just keep it real. And in terms of the people tweeting and retweeting, like it just is what it is. That's part of it. Chelsea have a dedicated transfer section that they use to. They literally have a dedicated. I don't know what I can't forget.
Eric, hold on. Eric, hold on. So why do you say it's not looking good? I don't like how you're saying that. Why you say it's not looking good? Wait, Eric. Didn't this dude from America, known as Todd Bowley, didn't this guy say that he was going to make signings? Eric, why has it been 3? Eric, you know that we've been trying to sign Ousmane Dembele since the T-Rex said what's up. You know Jurassic Park. You know dinosaurs. We've been trying to sign this effing guy. Eric.
Okay, I'll give you this.
Eric, just sorry. Why? What's the hold up? Like, I understand. What's stopping there? I don't understand. Why is it taking so long?
It could be anything. I can't say. Honestly, the hold up. I will give you these 2 things. I think we will sign Koundé. I think we will sign Dembele. I'm not 100%, but I will say 80%. Those 2 signings will come in this window. It's just about the time. I don't know when they're gonna get announced. I don't know when it's gonna be finished. It might take the whole window. Who knows? But that's not enough, man. I mean, if those two signings come in, you'll be happy. You say, that's pretty good. Blah blah blah. There's a lot. We did do a lot. The reason why I'm concerned-
hold on, no. Not days. Chelsea been trying to sign dudes for the last few years. So this is not days. For the last year, I'm talking 6, 7, 8 months. So don't talk about days. Sorry, continue.
They're still trying to sign Chouamini, by the way.
Yes,
They're
mute
still-
your mic.
Hey, relax,
Yes, mute your mic.
mute
Yes,
your
mute your
mic,
mic.
mute your mic. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He'll get his brother.
I mean, you want to talk about before that, the recent history? I mean, the whole reason why you should be optimistic is because of the takeover. Maybe things might change a bit. Maybe things might be faster, because we know that Chelsea are very slow. We do business slow. So,
but Eric, talk to me about how important Koulibaly could be to, because Koulibaly is, with Rudiger gone, that is a huge loss that we screwed up on. Criticism, whatever, but how important is Koulibaly to this team? If we can get Koulibaly.
I'm going to make a few comments. People might not like what I'm going to say now, but I don't care. Rudiger is world class. I don't care what formation it is. Back 3, back 4, he can play, and it doesn't matter. He can play that formation. We'll see. We'll see at Madrid. We'll see. So Rudiger is irreplaceable in our team, in my opinion. The closest thing to that is Koulibaly, as far as I'm concerned. And that is how important it is to get Koulibaly in. Maybe Skriniar. You can talk about Skriniar. If it was me, I would sign both of them and play them at the same time, because I'm not really in favor of this thing about signing young players and thinking that we can win a title with that. So,
Koulibaly and Skriniar. That's. And if you want to go back 3, Koulibaly, Skriniar, Thiago Silva, that's all right. That's
exactly.
Eric,
well
Eric,
said.
that's cool. That's
that's cool. That's cool.
Yes, mute your mic. Let the UCL win talk.
I have some news for you guys. Information from my Chelsea source. Apparently, I have a Chelsea source.
Which
apparently
is
I do. What I'm hearing is your boy Romelu Big Lukaku
we know.
is not leaving Chelsea Football Club
We know.
because Inter Milan can afford it.
I mean, that's not even why I think he's staying.
Yes,
that's not even why I think he's staying.
Eric,
I was already suspecting.
Talk over this dude, man. Talk over this guy, man.
Yeah, look, Lukaku is staying. I believe it. I was saying this before. Like, it's not even as if that's not even big news. I was saying this stuff before, but that's just whatever. Look, we need to sign defenders. We need Koulibaly. We need Koundé. We need as many top options as possible. I'm not interested in these, wild, unrealistic, things that people have in their head. Declan Rice for 75 million is a lot, but I'll take it. I can't lie. Like, Declan Rice, if we can sign him for 75, I would get it done. I'm not even joking. Yes, I know the English tax. Yes, I know, but he is probably the best option we have. Did you see the news? Did you see Fabrizio's tweet?
What did he say?
Bissouma is pretty much done to Spurs.
Yeah.
Spurs.
And look at the price
Eric,
as well.
No, Eric, hold up. Because trust me, we're going to talk that, because I've got things to say. That's the next one. We're going to talk that, but Eric,
go ahead.
yes. Okay, wait. Let me come to Casey and come to you, Vato. So Casey, why are you in for Koulibaly when you don't have any money? You're bankrupt. Casey, your club is bankrupt. Why are you trying to bid when you have no money?
I told you, right? We will see on Thursday.
Oh, so
June
So
16th.
they're trying to get Koulibaly to pay his own transfer.
Hey,
No, we'll see on Thursday.
Bernardo Silva, Lewandowski, Koulibaly.
If
Casey,
those economic,
Casey,
if
for the
those
streets,
economic
what's
levers are
happening on
implemented-
Thursday? What's happening on Thursday?
All will be revealed.
the members are meeting and they will decide whether to implement those economic levers or not. So that's around 750 million euros.
FDJ, Frankie.
And yeah,
Okay,
if you sell Frankie for 80, 100, then it's around 850 million euros we will have.
Veso, if you're Koulibaly, who do you join, Chelsea or Barcelona?
Well, there were rumors
Can I
of
just
Koulibaly trying to come to the
sorry,
EPL.
Can I just speak on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
He
Go
wants,
ahead.
he wants to join Barcelona. He wants to join Barcelona.
Says
And
who?
Dembele also wants to stay at Barcelona.
Yep, I
No
heard
one
that
wants
too.
to go to
HH.
Chelsea. No one wants to go to
I heard.
Dude, Are you seriously
Wait.
thinking that people will go from Barcelona to Chelsea?
Wait,
Come on.
No,
Veso.
HH. I heard he's staying at
No.
Barcelona. Dembele.
Veso, if you're Koulibaly, who do you want to join? The legitimate UCL winners or a club who are bankrupt and have no money?
That financial landscape is going to have him nervous, right? Because as all players, you want
They
to
have
go
no
where the
money.
money is. You want to
they're
go where the
bankrupt.
money is.
Yeah.
But he's also got to look at the structure. And is Chelsea going to be in good stature? Are they going to be competing? He's probably asking himself that question. It's probably an easier move for him to go to Chelsea just because he's got Silva back there. Tommy, he does his thing. They've been top 4. They're going to be playing Champions League. Probably better than having to compete against Real Madrid over there. That's looking really strong. So yeah, maybe he's playing the odds here, and he's going to pick Chelsea because it might be the easier route. I'd do that if I was him.
You forgot about Tuchel, by the way.
Tommy Tuchel. Sorry,
Tommy T.
Don.
What would you say? If you're Koulibaly, who do you choose?
On ask Case a question, I saw the president with someone from the UN. Were they asking for a world fund or something? Did you not see they were posting a picture with something from the UN?
Wait, who was
regarding now Laporta, the Barca president.
What was he
Did you
doing?
not see the picture?
Casey, your club is your club and president. You're a Casey. If you start spending a lot, you know that I'm going to snitch on you. I'm going to snitch on you to UEFA and FIFA. You have no money. So if you start buying players, I will snitch. Snitching in 2022 is now a good thing. Done. If you're Koulibaly, who do you go?
No, I'm saying okay. Before, do you know this scenario, right, where you meet up with a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start flirting. She acts as if she's freaky and all that stuff. Then you'll start dating, and then she tells you that she doesn't believe in sex before marriage. Right. I feel as if Todd B finessed you guys. Right.
No, don't stop it. Don't.
Like this guy sold you guys dreams.
Don't.
Talk the big game. Talk the big game.
Don, are you saying that for the past 3 weeks? Todd B! All that was for nothing.
It's a scam.
You just wanted to get inside. Like that's all he wants.
You better hope so. You better hope it is.
And now that he's inside, he's like, you know what?
Double H, you talk about Barcelona money, right? Have you seen your wage structure?
Don,
have you seen your wage structure?
Don, can you talk about Casey?
Casey, they can't
It's
sign.
over 100%. If I'm right. 100% of revenue. It's over that. Your wage structure. That's
how many players do you need to replace? Though? How many players do you need to replace?
Koulibaly and Barca links is nothing new, right? And if you look at the system which Napoli plays is more similar to Barca, positional play and whatnot. Especially the time when Serie was there, compared to Chelsea, whereby you guys want to pack the bus and counter. And Koulibaly may not like that. So the reality is Barca is still a big club, financially strained or not. And especially a player from Africa, to go to Barca, that's a prestige thing, right? Whereas many African players have played for Chelsea, right? So you must understand. At the end of the day, this guy is African, so there's bragging rights involved. So
who is the greatest African player? Who is the greatest African player?
Samato.
Eto. Right.
I mean,
so this guy could win African Player of the Year just for being at Barca, not even playing. You get what I'm saying? So that's the reality of things. There's
that smoke. It's crazy. How are you guys losing targets to a club that's broke? I don't get it. That is financial difficulties. Chelsea. I'm telling you. Chelsea, I am telling you. The day your boy Roman left was the end of Chelsea Football Club.
You must
that's
understand.
it. You're finished.
See you next season.
Eric. The thing is, to the outside world, you are now just a normal other club.
Yes.
Right. Where before it was that juice. They're like, oh,
Rudiger did this. He walked away.
Roman is there. Hence, you could actually offer players a higher salary than others. Now, Todd B would be like, nah.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are.
Eric,
guys are talking
Eric,
some
Eric,
funny
yeah,
things,
Eric,
man.
can you please correct these guys?
You guys
No,
have
no,
said
no,
some
Eric,
very
Eric,
strange.
I'm
Eric
asking
has the mic.
one
Eric has the
question.
mic, please.
Eric, one
No,
question.
the UCL win, the legitimate UCL winner has the mic.
Eric, please.
Eric.
You know
Imagine
what?
one
You
question.
guys, fair enough.
Brother to brother. Imagine
No,
one
hold on,
question.
hold on. You get a
No,
question.
no, Eric, talk over him.
Let me just- you guys better hope that what you're saying is right. You better hope, because this is just a start. This has just been a few weeks, maybe a few months since the whole thing has been over the line. And the transfer window. No, hold on. The transfer window just opened. The takeover just happened. So when people want to try and preempt things and pretend like they know what's going to happen, let's just keep watching.
No, guys, no. If Chelsea gets to Us and Koulibaly, you guys are going to look very funny.
That's
Because
huge.
especially you
what
guys in the streets, the abuse you guys have been putting.
No.
If Chelsea have their hands on the Us and
Okay,
Coolio,
one question, guys. What
No, I
question?
think
one
you will
question.
get the Us. I don't know
Chelsea
about
fans.
Koulibaly.
if we get Coolio and the Us,
HH, the complicated Chelsea fan, and Eric, the
Hardcore Chelsea fan.
Hardcore
Relax.
Chelsea fan.
He's chill.
Let me ask you guys a question. Where is Jules Koundé? The guy was signed, done deal
Koundé-
for
Eric,
months.
Relax.
Eric.
Where is he?
No,
Can you
Eric.
share
No,
the
hold
link?
on,
Share the
Eric.
link.
Eric, I'm going to say right now, Eric.
Where?
Eric, you know you're my guy and so forth, fellow Chelsea fan. Eric, we have been linked to Koundé ever since I left my mother's womb. I can't understand. I am sick. Eric, I'm going to punch my computer screen the next time I see Koundé and Chelsea linked. How can you be linked and close to signing a guy for almost 2 or 3 years? I mean, Eric, just explain to me. Why is it so
Okay.
hard to get Koundé?
I'm not going
Explain.
to. I'm not going to
But
reveal
you
too
guys-
much. Hold on. I
Let the
was asked a
UCL winner
question.
talk. Let the UCL winner talk, man.
Look. Koundé, I'm waiting for the announcements. I'm not going to say anymore. We're waiting
Is it
for.
not?
No, you can keep laughing. It's fine. You keep laughing. We're waiting for the Koundé announcement. That's the situation with Koundé. So I'm not even thinking about Koundé. I even forgot about him. So if you want to mention any other players, let's talk about them. But I'm just waiting for the announcement at this point. I'm not even kidding. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But I think Koundé is going to be, it's just about the announcement. That's what I think. But maybe I'm wrong.
So,
Eric,
No,
God
so
bless
if there's
you.
any strengthening, sorry, I was going to say, if there's any strengthening within Chelsea, you're prioritizing the defense this summer.
Yeah, I mean, we need 2 players at least. 2 defenders and 1 wing back.
And the attack, please. Yes, and the attack as well. I'm not
One-
willing with that attack
1 attacker.
next year.
I think.
No,
one
but you
would
don't
help.
need an attacker if Lukaku's staying.
No.
Beto, relax.
Relax, chill.
We need attackers.
We need
attackers.
an
Relax.
attacker. We need at least 1 more. I think 1 more. I've managed 1 more for 1 more season.
Why do you need an
But-
attacker? You said that Lukaku can play number 10.
Casey, worry about Thursday. Worry about your club.
No, but
leave me and Eric
HH.
alone.
HH, you know what this is like, right? You grew up in a rich home where your parents are rich, right? You're used to throwing food whenever you want something else, and then the economy shuts down, right? And then now you go to your parents and tell them you're hungry. Then they're like, "Where's the bread we bought yesterday?" And you're like, "Shit, I threw it." That's that's the dilemma you guys are in. You're not used to this. American owners is not the same as that
You
old
see-
oil man where you have a problem, you call the mechanic. Here, when you have a problem, you have to learn how to fix it yourself.
Eric,
No,
you see.
seriously, bro.
No, Eric, I'm actually really scared. Eric, I'm really scared. I'm really scared because I've grown so used to Abramovich. I have grown to just sort of say that, hey, basically, as John said, yo, we have an issue, throw money. Eric, I can't readjust to now. I now have, because see, Eric, here's the thing. I'm stressed enough having to watch Mason Mounts and Timo Werner every single week. Eric, you can't add now. I now have to now start to now beg and go down on both knees to try and beg this guy to now spend money. Because Eric,
No,
I'm
no,
telling
no,
this,
no, no.
Eric, I'm saying this right now. Eric, if the next season starts and I don't see Ousmane Dembele and Koulibaly and Koundé in a Chelsea jersey, Eric, we're going to fight. Eric,
Okay.
we're going to fight.
Update on Dembele, by the way. Apparently, Chelsea didn't even offer him a contract. The only contract he has on the table is Barcelona.
That's not. I don't know what. I don't know
No,
what
no,
your
that's-
Where's
sources are.
Barcelona getting all
that's
this
I
what
don't
I
know what
heard.
your sources are, but
That's
that's
what I.
wrong.
That's
That's
what I.
wrong.
From
Chelsea haven't offered-
reliable
offered a
sources.
contract
Like,
That's incorrect. That's incorrect. Look, HH, you have to be ready for the growing pains. That's the truth. Because things will be different, yes. Don't forget, Roma wasn't actually splashing the cash recently. People might not realize, but we are not spending the way we spent earlier on. The whole point of what Roman was trying to do, especially at the start, was he wanted Chelsea to be sustainable. We haven't quite gotten there. We're on our way there. We're not quite there yet, but that was his plan. That was part of the many plans he had. Another one was the stadium. So, Todd B, your guy, Todd B, he wants to do these things. He wants to continue. So, the stadium redevelopment is part of it. The expanding the markets, the American markets. He mentioned the American markets. We haven't done as much as we could have done with that. That's part of it. Signing the right players to fit some kind of style. We need to obviously sign a director of football. That's part of it. We haven't done that yet. So there are many things that are, in the works. Let me put it like that. So let's just, as much as it's not good, as much as we're impatient and we need to sign players because we need them as soon as possible, because we need to make a lot of changes, there's a lot of things that are in the works, are being planned out right now. So let's just wait till the season starts. The transfer window ends. See what we have, and then we can talk about it. It's fine to talk about it now, obviously, even though it's just been a few days. But let's see, 5 days from now, 10 days from now, let's see what things look like, and then we'll see.
Can I ask you a question?
You guys might have to go and get Liverpool scouts and start going to Austria and find the best raw talent.
No, but can I ask you a question?
You have to surround yourself with different friends. You got to surround your circle with different friends around the same.
I'm getting Lewandowski. Okay, I'm greedy. Okay,
no, you're not.
Can you get his cousin or his younger brother?
Don't relax. I'm not downgrading. Casey, what do you want? Casey, what do you want?
Can you name me one good American owner of a football club?
Yeah, there isn't.
Casey, can I respond? Can I respond, Casey?
Yeah.
Let's see what Tottenham does.
I can name you a few, actually.
Maybe FSG.
FSG are not good.
FSG is high.
No, they're not.
FSG is high.
FSG, that's
no
one
to
of them.
start.
No,
But to start, they weren't good.
Yes,
It
they
takes
are.
time,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Are you guys comfortable? Are you guys ready to take that time?
But then you have the Glazers, then you have the Cronkies, and them dudes. So.
The Burnley owners.
Eric, I can't deal with this attack for another season. I can't.
It's coming back.
It's coming back. It's going to take time.
Eric, I don't have time. Eric, I can't deal with Timo Werner for another season, man.
It's going to take time to fix the problem.
No, I don't have time. Eric, don't have time, man.
We have to sell Werner first.
Eric, we need.
Who's going to buy Werner? Who's going to buy Werner?
We need it.
And Bayern will buy the Werner.
They're not going to pay him more than 300,000. He's on 320, 310k, if I'm correct. Werner.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to change your habits. You're gonna have to change your habits. Where you shop.
Yeah, look, we have many problems.
You
can't expect us to just fix all the problems in one window.
Oh.
It is what and it's your boy Roman, right? You can't just take him out of it. He was the owner. He was the previous owner. So you have to look at him as well with these things. And Marina, who everybody loves, apparently. She's just an amazing. She won another award. She's so amazing.
You know what? The last time you guys had financial difficulties, your legend Lampard went to the well with regards to the youth. Do you think Tuchel could do the same?
Yes.
Conor Gallagher time.
No.
He brought in Shaloba.
Casey, shut your mouth.
We're going to have a squad of...
Eric, we can't go into
No, we won't. We won't have a squad of
youth.
Players. We won't, but...
Shout out to Big Good, man. No, Eric. I want
it's
signings.
Okay. You're
signings.
You're one of us.
Yes,
you're part of Arsenal.
Yes, we'll never be
Man United, the Glazers, Cronkies.
Yes,
come join the club.
Yes, United are a much bigger club than Chelsea. Are you kidding?
Ironically,
United spend a lot
of money, right?
So Eric, come next season, you believe that we'll get at least Koundé and the Oos?
2 of those 3 signings. Between Koundé, the Oos, and Koulibaly, we'll sign at least 2 of them.
So I can be confident in saying that Ousmane Dembele and Koundé will be at Chelsea next season.
Double H. I shared a link on the.
Casey, I was talking to my guy Eric. So Eric, so Koundé and the Oos next season.
Yeah, look,
I can be confident.
I'm not even thinking about Koundé.
I think you might get right though, Eric.
So Koundé is done.
Well, almost. We need to wait for the announcement.
Eric,
but Koulibaly is between Koulibaly and Us. One of them at least will come.
No,
I
but
think.
Eric Rice is a diehard Chelsea fan. His family is a Chelsea fan. His
Yeah,
best
but
friend is
he's
Mason
too.
Mount.
He needs to force the move though.
I
Let him force the
mean, I
move.
think he's gonna force it. I think he's gonna come. I think he's gonna push
Look,
it
man,
to Chelsea.
No, but what
Next
if he
season-
forces and then Chelsea doesn't
No,
have the
no.
money?
Look, if next season, if we can start off with the Jewel and the Oos, I'm happy.
Kunde
Apparently
is
he
Jewel
had-
injured.
and the Oos, I'm
Kunde is
happy.
injured. He needs a surgery.
He apparently has knee surgery on his hamstring.
Wait, can I? Let me. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, hold up. Can we talk about how Klopp lets Pep win 2 Premier League titles back to back with
Back
no
to back.
striker? Look how
Back to
horrible
back.
Madrid were versus Barca with no Benzema. Casey, you're not allowed to answer this stop. All I'm saying is that Klopp had to win that UCL final. The fact that Klopp lost that UCL final.
He is worse than Luis Enrique and Hansi Flick
I
and
mean,
Heinkes.
does that Champions League final
Klopp
even
has a
count?
shocking record in
You beat
finals. by the way.
Tottenham. You
He
beat
has a bad
Tottenham
record.
Hotspur with Pochettino. Does
It's
that
not
even really
good.
count?
I guess we have to look at Klopp a little funny. Klopp is looking a little funny.
No, we've
under
been
the
looking at
lights.
him funny. Not even a little bit. We
You know
all
what
there
I
was a
love-
reason why he was
you guys
called the
didn't
flop.
agree.
He's going
Guys,
to be
you
under
know what I
pressure
love about
this
this channel,
season.
there, right? You know what I love about this channel? It's not mainstream. We cook everybody. Everyone
everyone
gets.
gets
They
cooked. Everyone
get
gets
cooked. Pep, Fergie, even though that hurts my feelings, but everyone gets cooked.
No one is exempt. No, because see, and I think, and Eric, this is the problem with your fan base. And yes, I
Why-
say your fan base.
Why are you saying it like?
Eric, your fan base.
It's
Eric,
not my fan
it
base,
is your
please.
fan base.
No,
That's
it's not my fan
no,
base.
Eric. I can't come out and say that, Mason Mans, how good is this guy really? And the people attack me. Eric, your fan base wants to keep for Timo Werner.
No, but you can't single out.
No,
hold on.
no.
You caused the problem for yourself, HH, because
Why?
how can you single out Mount, who's one of our best players?
Eric, who lost us to those 2 finals?
I think that's the problem. If Mount is your best player, that's the problem.
Mount is trying.
Double H.
Mount is
We
trying.
need to have a very difficult conversation with you also.
No, it's like Sterling being England's best player. The thing is,
That's
you
a
must
problem. Yeah.
You know, we need to
as
have a
much as
difficult.
Sterling is our player, and we know his limitation, and we
We
don't
need to have
shy from it.
we need to have a difficult
Yeah.
conversation with you
He
also.
can't be the guy. He has to be
You-
among.
you wanted-
Exactly. It's not Mount's fault that he's the best player, right? It's not his fault.
What you saying,
but
Casey?
double H. You wanted
What?
Morata. You wanted Werner. You wanted Lukaku.
No.
You
no.
made videos
That's
about
a
them.
lie.
You
No,
said
that's
they
a
were the
lie.
best players in their
That's a
position.
lie.
You said Ziyech is
Fly
world
Gulag.
class.
Fly Gulag. HH, give us the top 5 worst defenders in the EPL.
Easy.
Maguire. Or
It's Maguire and 4 other people.
Fridge. Yeah, but basically, but Maguire and 4 others, but
And he's the most expensive, by the way,
says
guys.
Pep is
80 million.
evolving. Be scared, be very scared. How can I be scared of a guy who's not won a UCL without Messi and Javiesta? Like Messi gave him life. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I think Pep needs daddy, and daddy is,
You know-
is Messi.
You know, HH, let's be
So
real,
Chelsea
though.
are gonna win the league this season.
KC, we are the Elizabeth UCL winners, man. Go.
But HH, can you
go bring
blame-
money?
You're CCL winners.
I know it's
UCL.
fun. It's fun to come at Pep, right? But let's be real out here. If Pep was winning Champions League left and right, then the argument of the greatest manager of all time would be very redundant. So, isn't this like a good thing that he's not winning the Champions League?
No, yes, yeah.
It is,
Just
it
give me
is.
one.
You know
No,
what
no,
I mean?
It is.
Yes, yeah, just
It
give me
is.
one. No, yes, just give me one.
No,
But
why
it's
you
number
telling
one.
me?
Pep does his part for football. Pep does his part for football, not to kill it. There's a reason why he drew in the EPL late in the season just to keep this quad
That is
talk
true.
alive.
Yeah, no, that was
Are
planned. That was planned.
Are you jealous of Pep shiny head?
Casey.
Look, Pep is not.
There's gonna
I
be a
want to just
hang-up,
give Pep.
but you know bookings are still available, bro. You know bookings are still available, and so forth. So,
Look,
what's
you have to give Pep credit, man. Like what he's doing.
no,
yeah,
he's
building.
a league merchant. He's a league
No, hold on,
merchant,
but
100%.
you can. Fair enough with the Bundes, what are they called? Bayern Munich thing. Fair enough, but
The ones
he's
that they trouble
building.
before he got there.
Yeah, I know, but he's
Yeah.
building the pedigree with Man City. Man City don't have the pedigree yet, so he's trying to build that. So I think
So Eric, so it takes you 7 years to build pedigree to win the UCL.
But
it
they
might.
didn't,
It might.
but didn't people say this is the
20
toughest
years.
league though? And they like literally Pep came into the quote unquote toughest league of the league, whatever, and he destroyed it.
Oh no,
Like
see,
he
I will
literally
always
destroyed
give.
it.
Yes, yeah, I will always. Pep has breastfed the EPL,
Yeah, he did.
100%. He owns that and so forth. So Don't even talk to me about Pep and League. He is one of the greatest league managers of all time. It's that UCL. That's it. It's just that UCL. That's it.
No, fair enough.
Kyojuro Rengoku says Premier League goals: Haaland 23, Mount 17.
Where is Mount getting 17 goals from?
You can stop there. Once I saw Mount 17, I knew this is a dream, a fairy tale.
I love this guy, man.
Wait, hold
Whoever
on.
this
So,
guy is, I love him.
shout out to Samasi. Bayern made 3 signings. Oh yeah, I think Gravenberg they confirmed with Mane and sold 3 players. What the F is CFC doing in that time? Samasi, ask Eric. I don't know. Ask Eric. Eric has the answers and so forth.
Look, I'm not a Chelsea transfer correspondent.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're the
God,
correspondent.
they're
here.
waiting for him to get the surgery, recover from the surgery, come back. That's what they're waiting for.
No. Seriously, yes. Do you know how you say that? It says that was absolute Chelsea. Because they post as if like things are happening, like, oh my gosh, Chelsea. I was like, shut up, you stop tweeting, you stupid idiots. Only tweet when it's fully confirmed. And you know what the sick thing is? You have to use dumbass idiots who like that tweet. You stupid zombie-headed drones. You should only be happy when you see something concrete. You just post the same thing. Oh, it's really close. Oh, they're very interested. Who cares if they're interested? You stupid dimwit said. Positive merchants, idiots. You only tweet when there's something concrete, but because you so need something positive. Your life is so sad. You have no friends. You live in your mom's basement. You have no life. That the only thing that gives you any hope is all of this crap positive news that people throw through. Jesus Christ. David C. on
You
loan
okay?
at Real
You
Madrid.
okay, HH? You good, bro?
I'm fine. I'm all right. The bowl will slowly make you Chelsea fans join me. Guys, no. Yassi, no. Yassi, why are you laughing? Yassi, have you seen the badge?
Yes.
This is the official badge of United fans who've excelled to Real Madrid.
HH, I've been alone, man. The Hala Madrid. It's nice in Madrid. The weather is the food. Everything is nice.
The weather is nice.
4-2 in Paris, the chill guy, funny guy,
Oh man, what's it called? Chelsea fans, learn from United fans. American owners don't care. No. They're American owners. I still have faith in Tadby. They literally just signed a Patriots goal. All right. Okay. Done. Done.
That's real.
That's the funny thing, HH. You know what I fear for you guys? Your next signings, but I can't be
Was that real?
Relax, he's a youth player. Relax.
Eric, I'm saying this to you right now, Eric, if all I see are a bunch of guys from the MLS and America and so forth, Eric, I told you we're going to fight. Eric, I'm not 40 in the years, but Eric, I still pack a punch. Eric, if all I see are a bunch of Americans from the MLS, from like Minnesota, Arizona, Ohio, and so forth, Eric, we're going to fight, bro.
No, but HH, just clarify that your next signings are on transfermarket.com.
Look, done, man. I don't know. I don't know for this like done like yes. My thing is that I just have a nightmare. That Eric, I'm holding on to, because Eric, you told me Dembele and Kunde. Dembele and Kunde.
Maybe I should have been quiet.
Eric, I'm holding on to that. Eric, I'm holding on to that for dear life. Dembele and Kunde. So Eric, I'm holding on to that hope, man. Daja RF, these Premier League teams are preying on Chelsea downfall. Respect UCL heritage. Hashtag. I don't know whether
why are we praying
Reece
for Chelsea's
James to
downfall?
Real Madrid.
No,
I'm praying on Man City's downfall, Liverpool downfall. It's not gonna happen. But I am.
Wait. No. Okay, can I just get something straight? Real Madrid fans, get your filthy, stinking hands off Rege. Rege is the face of Cobham. He is the face of Chelsea's future. Yes, Casey, you flipping hater. That's Cobham's finest. He isn't sniffing Real Madrid, and that's a fact.
Is Cobham or jail? Is that what it is?
Fly Gulag. Eto is not the best African player with. What African team has won the World Cup?
No.
Wait. Let me hit him with this.
Damn bloody fool.
He didn't say. So what kind of statement is that, man? All right, now we mentioned this dude. Now I'm coming back to you, Eric.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were coming for United. Oh.
Eric, I thought how are we opening talks? See, Eric, see this is how Bombers trash absolute Chelsea. Chelsea are interested in Bissouma. Eric, you know, I was almost dumb enough to make a video. Oh, Bissouma, Chelsea are in. Next thing I know, Tottenham now have Bissouma. Eric, what happened?
No idea. I don't know what to tell you. I've wanted Bissouma for years. And it Conte is, I don't know. You see when you have a director of football, when you have an actual plan, then I'm not giving them really credit. Sorry.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think Paratici and Conte were you get two of them at the same time. You get one, you have to get the other one. That was the obvious move. I'm not going to give Lily credit for this at all. But you see the difference it makes when you have a manager as demanding as Conte, and then you have a director of football who understands him and knows exactly what is required. Things become so much easier. Players want to come to your club, and they also have that top four as well, Champions League football, and then they can get deals over the line. I don't even know if Chelsea really wanted Bissouma. That's the funniest part. And Fabrizio he didn't even waste time to put that tweet out. Say whatever I want about what might or might not be going on in his personal life. The deal is done. He is now a Spurs player. And that's a big problem for me. I'm very sad about it because I wanted him. That's another alternative gone out the window.
Okay, gone. You see, Eric, this is why I'm not very scared. Look at how quick they made that deal.
And the price. Oh my goodness.
So how much was it?
25 million. Do you know who we got for that money? I think it was Barkley for that.
Barkley
you know what's crazy, Eric?
Wow.
You know what's crazy, Eric? Bissouma it's like every fan base wants Bissouma. You said you wanted I wanted him for years too. Bissouma used to ball against Man United. He used to embarrass us. He used to destroy us every time he played against us. For years, man. Like, I wanted Bissouma. I know Chelsea fans wanted Bissouma. Arsenal fans wanted Bissouma. And Antonio Conte comes in the last 6 months. He came in 6 months ago, and they signed him.
For that price.
Funny enough, I think it actually shows you that from a player's perspective, there's not much to choose from regarding those 3 or 4 clubs, right? It's not the same as, for example, a Liverpool or City wanting you, right? Because the fact that they could do it quickly, it shows that he just saw, okay, Conte, Champions League football, I can improve under this world-class manager. Because let's be honest, even when Conte was coaching Chelsea when you won the league, he made players look better than they were. You saw Victor Moses that season, so there is that body of work whereby he looks like, you know what, there's no games. When I'm going there, this guy's got the mentality to compete and he'll make me better, and he's gone. So, as I'm saying,
I can't agree with that. Sorry.
I'm not done. And then the other thing, it shows when you have a DOF who can negotiate compared to a DOF who just drops money. Like even with us with Chiki, if it's not a release clause, I don't have faith in Chiki getting a player. It's that simple. Whereby Paratici, this guy, he's a negotiator. He will get you for the least amount possible. And
Donnie, you know what?
And you can see they got Perisic, they got this guy, and there's rumors of them getting a few more. So next season, I'm more worried about Tottenham for like 3rd, 4th than Chelsea, or forget United. You guys are
no, don't. Let me say something crazy. And this may be crazy, but let me just put this out to the panel and to the streets.
I agree, HH.
Yeah. Hold up. Mane is leaving Liverpool.
Yeah.
I have my thoughts on Charles Darwin.
Yes.
Luis Diaz, I still think he still needs to work on his goal scoring.
Excitement.
Conte, he's not getting his players and he's not moving and so forth. Don't be surprised if City's closest challengers is Tottenham rather than Liverpool.
It's just
I'm
it's common
expecting that.
sense,
surprised.
though. Like for me, Bissouma, I knew Man United were never gonna get him. The one club I always thought he was gonna go to was Liverpool, because Liverpool makes this type of deals where, like, for whatever reason, Bissouma's there, Brighton, no one is signing him, and all of a sudden Liverpool just comes and they sign him randomly. I always thought it was gonna be Liverpool, but then the fact that Tottenham signed him, I said it when Tottenham signed Ivan Perisic. I said we are screwed. They mean business. Antonio Conte knows what he wants. And the fact that he is getting what he wants, I am terrified of Tottenham Hotspur under Antonio Conte. Because if you give Conte what he wants, he can do damage.
Yeah.
Give him what he
Yeah.
wants, he could do damage.
Yeah.
And it's like a formula. You bring Antonio Conte, the fact that they even brought him Fabio Paratici, that he knows and that he can work with, and they like magic, and he's literally signing players like Bissouma, Ivan Perisic, and then you never know who else they might sign. It's
He's
I
yeah.
don't know, man.
Conte's taken points off of City,
Yes.
Liverpool, and when he knows how he wants to attack those clubs, and now he's arming himself with these players. That's what I'm worried about. I'm already worried about dropping points to Tottenham next year.
See, Vero, that is exactly where I was going to go to. Because if you look at, it's a 38-game season. Because I always use the example that there's a season where Arsenal beat United twice, but United still won the league. So if Tottenham can figure out how to beat those smaller teams that they should, they know how to beat the big dog in a Man City, and Liverpool never beat them twice. So if they can now do well against those other teams and so forth, City, you now have a real challenge on your hands.
No, I disagree with that, HH. Because for me, there's a lot they need to do. As everything you said, everything everybody says is correct. Apart from the fact where Don said that we are on a similar level. Like, we're not at a similar level with Spurs at all. But you have to give them credit for the business they've been doing in the transfer window. So far, they've had a much better window than us. Obviously, they're doing much better than us. But in terms of football, like, a player wouldn't be more likely to go to them just because of Conte. We have a Champions League winning head coach. We have, a team that actually wins trophies.
Then why don't we get Bissouma? Why don't we get Bissouma?
This brings me back to
why aren't the deals going through?
I don't
When I
know
say similar
if
level, I'm not talking about footballing projects. I'm talking about the pool. Because at the end of the day, let's say 4 teams come calling. The one that you're gonna go to is normally the one you think has the best project.
yeah.
Right.
I
So
don't think Spurs have a bigger pool than us. I really don't.
no.
No.
The Conte factor, the fact that Conte is there in the Champions League, it adds a more dimension to the pool than if Conte wasn't there, Nuno was there, and Nuno calls you. You like, I'd rather wait and see who else is on the court. The fact that he could just say yes, because it was morning rumors transfer done.
Yeah, I don't
It
know how
means
much interest Chelsea had in the player. That's just the thing. So I have no
It's not
idea
even
how
about
to.
interest. I'm saying the thing is, let's say, for example, De Jong. United went to De Jong. De Jong is like, no, as much as I may leave, let me see what options I'm going to have before I go with you. You understand?
And the pull in terms of club, that's evolving. So a player's going to look at what Chelsea is currently doing, who's leaving and who's coming in to make a decision, and they're also looking at who Spurs have already acquired. So the fact that they've already taken that player on, I think it is looking a little more attractive to go to Tottenham right now. We look at how the season ended, and you guys would all agree the way Chelsea ended the season wasn't the best. I would say, outside looking in, it looked like Spurs was on the progression and Chelsea was trying to just hold on. So you guys are all in London as well.
No, but we win trophies though.
Yes,
forget all of that.
Yes, you
saying
do win
listing
trophies, but
players
players
who
may
don't
want to
really
win
win.
that first trophy, right? Players may want to bring
yeah.
that recent trophy to Tottenham.
Yeah, I'm concerned for sure.
Can I speak on this?
I'll come to Casey. I mean, before I come to Casey, I think it's a tricky one. I still believe that Chelsea do have a greater pull because of Chelsea's recent success. 100%. So if you're saying that, I feel like I'm more likely to win with Chelsea based on the kind of success that they've had much more recently, specifically with trophies. But I think that if it is dependent on the kind of player that you are, you may say, I've seen Conte's Chelsea, I've seen Conte's Juve, I've seen Conte's Inter Milan, and I believe that I could fit well in this team. And I think Vito makes an interesting point. When you look at how Tottenham ended the season and what they look like, if you're a particular player, you may feel like, I work better for what Conte is doing as opposed to for Tuchel. Basically, if you're looking at both, it's pros and cons. The one that Chelsea has over Tottenham is Tuchel has won a trophy recently and how much trophy success they've had recently. The pro that Tottenham has is for Chelsea, they need a lot of work. Tottenham don't need a lot of work. Chelsea need a lot of work and need a lot of players. So Chelsea are still at least 3 or 4 players away from actually heading in somewhat of a direction. Tottenham have a more clearer idea of what they want to do than Chelsea. Casey.
And we don't even know if you guys really have money. Like you
Yeah,
guys
that's
might
also
not
true.
be able
We have money. We have money. Casey.
Can you tell me which team has a better attack, Spurs or Chelsea?
Casey, why are you such a hater?
Look at the
It's a
table.
simple question. It's a simple question.
What does the table
I
say?
won't answer. Eric,
What does
answer
the
the
table
question. I
say?
won't answer.
Yasir, you tell me
I'll
which
answer.
team has a
I'll
better
answer.
attack.
No, why don't you ask the Chelsea
Tottenham.
person? Why
Tottenham
don't you ask the
Hotspur.
Chelsea?
Then
No,
look
why you
at
asking
last
me
season.
Yasir?
You know,
No,
Why
Tottenham
don't
has
you
a
ask
better
Yasir?
attack. Chelsea has more attacking players.
Why
Golden
did you
Boot.
That's
ask me?
crazy, man. That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
How
Golden
many
Boot.
goals did Spurs
how
score?
many games did
How many
Tottenham
how many
win
goals did
last
Spurs
season?
score?
How many goals did Spurs score? Casey, answer his question.
I'm asking how many games did
Casey,
Spurs win
answer
last
Casey, how
season?
many goals did the Spurs answer his question?
Dude, you just stat pad against teams like Norwich. That's what you do.
No, answer the question.
To answer Casey's question, Tottenham Hotspur and both Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal has won more games than Chelsea Football Club last season.
That's not what I asked. I said how many goals did they score?
Yeah, at the start of the season you were good, but after that your attack was
Oh
found
my!
out.
Just answer the question.
No, hold on.
69 according to Tottenham.
Thank you. And how many did Chelsea score?
Darn.
76. I think 76. Yeah. So
No,
that's the
Nuno
answer.
tax. Like
Yeah, that was Nuno.
ever
tax,
since
Nuno tax.
ever since
And Norwich tax.
Nuno tax.
Norwich tax. Southampton
The
tax.
truth is, ever since Conte came, I think Spurs is second or third in most goals scored.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking under
the
Conte.
first is
Casey,
Nuno.
what points
Conte.
are you trying to make? Casey, what points are you making, Casey?
My point is that
Bankrupt club. Huh?
the difference between Chelsea and Spurs is not that huge. It's just 3 points. And
How many
Spurs
games did
won more
Spurs play
games
last
than you.
season? No, hold on. How many games did Spurs play last season?
Oh, they are gonna play the same number of games this season also.
No, hold on. Answer the question. Since the gap is not that much, right? And you want to compare those two teams directly, would you want to compare the number of games played as well, or just ignore that part?
No, I agree. Chelsea played a lot of games last season. But
no, there's a 3-point gap in the table. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but
you-
Eric,
tells you-
big
tells you
teams,
how
the
good the
thing
team
is,
is in the
if
end.
you're competing on all fronts, every season you're gonna play a lot of games. That's
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't matter to you guys because you didn't include it. You didn't talk about
No, the thing is, like, for
Spurs
example,
getting
us
knocked out
City.
of
I'm
conference.
saying us
But
City, we go to
we
the
both
latter
know, we
stage
all
of
know that
every
Conte is going to do the
tournament.
same this
We've
season.
never used that as an excuse. It's normal.
No, it's a fact. It's not an excuse. It's a fact.
No,
We played the most
agree.
games
I
in
agree with
Europe.
all that. But what I'm saying is Conte is going to do the same this season also, right? He always does
we'll
this.
see.
He goes out in Europe early. He goes out of all the cup competition and just concentrates on the league. You don't have any guarantee that you will win the Champions League. I don't think Chelsea is going to win the Champions League. I think you may win the FA Cup, although last 3 years say otherwise.
If Mount plays at Wembley, they won't win it.
Yeah, of course.
He won't. Don't worry. He won't be playing the final. He won't be playing the final. I'll make sure.
No, he's your best player, HH. Relax.
He
okay?
is.
Yes,
He
yeah.
is your
He's
best
our
player.
best-
Yeah, wait, no, wait.
Currently.
No, did you hear what I said? I said if Chelsea make a final, Mount isn't touching that pitch. I don't need to go into any details. Just so he's not touching that pitch.
How do you know this?
I don't need to go into any details.
That,
Let's just say
Roman
he's not
Abramovich,
making the
when you
pitch.
caught that font is
Yes,
disconnected.
Yes, yeah. I don't need to go
He
into
has
any
changed
details.
his number.
Casey,
Roman has
have you-
changed his number.
Casey, have you finished talking your
No.
your crap?
Now the good thing Chelsea has is the midfield. You still have a decent midfield, and I think Bissouma might actually close the gap between yours and Spurs midfield now. So I can see like Spurs coming third
I mean,
and Chelsea.
the
coming
window
fourth.
isn't over yet, by the way. But okay.
Hold on, I need to ask HH a question. Do you have
Yes,
Todd
sir.
B's number? Or you haven't got to him? You haven't gotten to got his number.
Does anyone else have any thoughts on? Actually, you know what? Here's the thing. Because you're so slick. No. Guys, Gloria, I'll take your dubs. Yes, I'm going to come to you next right now. So no. Because before we actually go to our final thing, no. Because you think you're slick. I'm adding a new one.
HH,
Now,
what do you want from me? What I do? What I
yes,
do?
yeah, no.
I didn't do
hold up.
anything.
Yes, Said. Why is your bum-ass trash piece of crap club who stole that 2008 UCL final from us and so forth? Why is your bum-ass trash club still twerking for a dude who says, no, I don't want to come to Manchester. Spain has better weather, better food, probably sexier females. No offense to the Manchester, a bit, it's a bit low scale. So, Yasir, why do you keep twerking for a guy who says, F off, gets lost, I don't want any parts of your club? And yes, shout out to Queen Lizzie and so forth. The British Empire, they're fallen. Winston Churchill, shout out to your boy. This ain't the 1800s anymore. Okay, this is freaking Game of Thrones. I don't have to bow down to a freaking queen. What do you keep twerking for, Frank?
Listen.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Frenkie De Jong, right? He can say whatever he wants, whether he likes it or not. He's coming to United. It is what it is, HH. He's coming.
Why are you so sure he's coming to United?
See, look, it's all about PR. You got to make sure you build that relationship with the fan base, Barcelona. So when you leave, it's like, hey guys, I had no choice, all that stuff. So you still respected in Barcelona. You know what I mean? It's called relationship building, HH. You had to literally. All he's saying to Barcelona fans, like, hey guys, I love you guys. Barcelona's my dream club. And as soon as he comes to Man United, wears a red top, sits down in front of MUTV, he's like, Man United has been my dream club. HH, it is what it is. It's the game, HH. It's the game.
So Vator, can you please tell me how much Yassi is sniffing and so forth with regards to this whole Frenkie De Jong and United thing, please?
I don't know what kind of oxygen he has over there, but he's living the life. He's living the life. I don't know if it makes sense. I know Ten Hag wants to bring in players that he knows and he's familiar with, and he wants things nice and cozy, and he trusts certain players, but he's got to do something different. He's got to build the squad based off of the talent that's needed. De Jong is not the guy. I don't think he's the guy. I know Barcelona's they're desperate for cash. They need it, but it doesn't seem like it's a fit. It seems like it's another well-talented athlete that's going to come to Manchester United and is going to crap the bed again. If I was him, I would avoid Manchester United, at least for this year. Don't be going there. It's going to be a problem. Fan base is going to be erratic. What they do in terms of setup and players coming in is going to be erratic. Give it a year. I think he's a little too amped up. It's not going to be a successful season.
Can I speak? It's my club in Jan.
Okay, Casey, LC rather.
Oh, yeah, that's stolen money. Okay. I'm asking again. Do you have any shame at all? Every single day, Terry puts up a video, De Jong to Manchester United. At 4 a.m. EST, I get a notification, De Jong to Manchester United every single day.
Dude, seriously, every single time I say, if something is a done, doesn't done mean that it's done. So if you say that, so when you say done deal, it's like done.
I sent him a super chat. I think you were also here. He was quoting Marca, and that turned out to be false. He said, "Oh no, we have to take into consideration every journalist. We know who the good journalists in Spain are. How can you look at Marca for news for Barcelona? I mean, this is why they always get burned. Happened with Jadon Sancho in 1920. He always goes after Fabrizio that he's not as reliable as you think. But Fabrizio has been spot on about everything related to Manchester United. He has said that Frenkie hasn't said yes to United till now. And I think there's a simple reason for that. Why will anyone want to go to that sinking ship? It's a dead team. You have a 37-year-old Finnish player at the top who can't press. You have Jadon Sancho. He may play well this season. Then you have Rashford, who I think is going into politics at the age of 25. Then you have the worst midfielder in the world by the name of Bruno Fernandes. Defense, you have Jerry Maguire and Championship Varane. Aaron Van Bissaka on right back, who can't play football. Why? Oh, also McDonald's spokesperson Luke Shaw on the left back.
Shoberto
Carlos. I mean, when will these guys learn? Listen, I never overhype Gavi, Pedri until they win something. They haven't won a single trophy in 5 years, and they overhype Roberto Carlos. I mean, dude, just win something. Just
This
win
is
something before.
You know, EKH,
No. But see, Casey, we can laugh and everything, but Casey has a point. Why would I want to leave Gavi, Pedri, to go to Scott McSauce and Fred Flintstone?
No, double
Why
H, I'm
would
not
you
even
wanna,
saying
like-
that they're good. I'm not saying Pedri and Gavi are good. They have to prove themselves. But I
HH.
think I can say that Pedri is right now better than Bruno. Maybe I can
Yes.
say that.
Yes.
and that's why it's not to go. You don't go year one. It's not. Now's not the time to
beginning.
go.
Yeah, both are
You
not.
know,
Both haven't proven anything. But I think Pedri is just a bit better than Bruno right now.
You
Don't
know,
listen. Don't listen.
You know, the sad part of United is it's even affecting the fan bases. Like every time I go on Twitter, I see from Terry, Frankie De Jong is done with some pencil emoji or what. I think he's actually ran out of emojis to put for transfer statuses, because every time you see a different emoji, but the outcome is still the same. Like,
But
and I feel this is why United won't be a serious club until the end, because at the end of the day, you must take people for footballing reasons and take your own club serious. If someone doesn't want to come, move on. Don't you guys have alternative targets, or you just say, you know what? Just like how Chelsea has been trying to sign Tchouaméni or Koundé. Like, you failed to sign the guy, find someone else. And we done the same. We tried with Kane, we couldn't, we moved on.
Yeah, to be fair to Don though, you know what the thing is, I actually like the player Frenkie De Jong a lot. At the end of the day, for me, I'm like, I wish my club didn't go for him. I really did.
Why?
wait, for the sake of your club or for the sake of the player?
No. For the sake of like, in general, because
He's
like
important to what
no,
Ten Hag wants.
I get that, but then it's like, what the thing I don't like is like the amount he's in Barcelona. The amount of money Barcelona's gonna ask for is a lot, and we have so much things to improve on. It's like we're spending 18 million on one player, while we're like we need so much more than that.
Oh,
So
I
that's
thought you
my-
were gonna. I thought
that's
you were
the-
gonna take the approach. Sorry, I thought you were gonna take the approach where you actually wanted to guard and protect him because you care for him as a player. Like, don't let him go
Absolutely,
through what Pogba had to. You just
But
want to
that's a
shield
good
him from that.
point. That is a good point, because United, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy Frenkie De
By
Jong.
not signing him.
We're not gonna sign any other midfielder, and you know we're gonna make him carry the load of being our defensive midfielder, a creative midfielder, a
Which is
progressive
bad.
midfielder, and everything.
Oh,
Like
no,
we
no,
expect
because
of
that's what I
Pogba.
said.
Yeah.
You must buy De Jong with two other players, with two other midfielders around him.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bring Frank De Jong to play with Scott McTominay and Fred or Bruno. Then it won't work.
But
It won't work.
it's like, realistically, you think about the amount of money that United are going to pay for him. Realistically, Man United are not going to buy any other midfielder. It's just not realistic. And you already know that's what Man United, that's their plan. That's what they're
But
thinking.
look at Sancho. Look at Sancho, for example. Like they chased this guy
Yeah.
for over like 2 seasons without having a plan of even how they're going to integrate him.
I don't
And then
feel
they
bad for Sancho. I don't feel bad because he's his own fault. I warned him. I told him, don't go to United. He didn't listen. He was thinking, oh, I'll do what, I'm inspired by Cristiano. So I'll try and do what he did and help them win their trophies again. No, it didn't work out for you, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, like you
Whoa,
chase a guy
Eric,
for
what
so
is this
long.
bitterness? What is this
No,
bitterness, Eric?
I warned him.
What do you
I
want
told
for
him.
what do you want for Sancho,
No, but
bro?
look,
Relax.
In fact, let me
the
just
thing is-
quickly. Sorry, I need
Wait,
to.
Eric.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say a few more things because I need to go. Look, I'm sure you thought you could get away with that. Don, by the way, we went trying to sign, what's his name, Tchouaméni, and we missed out. Okay, I don't think we tried to sign him. From what I heard, last season he was, he was good last season and everything, but he didn't, he wasn't ready. Apparently, he wasn't ready, so we missed out on him last summer, and that's why he didn't. We decided not to go for him, which is a fantastic decision, right? Amazing.
Why?
And we're not trying to sign Koundé either. Koundé is on his way. That's what I'll leave it there.
Wait.
In terms of no, it's fine. It's okay. I'll just finish. I'll land. In
Tchouaméni.
terms of like I said, we decided not to go for Tchouaméni because apparently he wasn't ready last summer. De Jong might get exposed in this league. Say whatever I want about the league, but the league has a way
Bro,
of
he's
exposing
exposed
some
in La
players.
Liga also.
Yeah, so we'll just leave that to United. It's not a bad thing that you're not going to get him. Probably, we'll see. I don't know, but I'll just leave HH with this final comment. Apparently, Chelsea might be looking to get Richarlison. So, thanks for having me, HH.
Wait, Eric, you can't
Yeah,
just
I also
you
heard
can't
that.
drop a
Yeah.
bomb and then disappear. It's like when you ask a girl out and she tells you I'm not ready, and then the next guy down the road, next thing you hear that no, they're actually dating. Not being ready. That doesn't
thanks for
mean
having me.
you're not
Peace,
ready.
peace, peace,
From
peace.
Neymar to
Main thing is-
Richarlison.
Peace.
Oh wow.
HH.
Todd B. Todd B.
I think some of these announcements with Frankie and what happens often on Terry. I think it's giving the fix to all the Man United fans. I think they need to see that type of announcement on a regular basis so they remain relevant as a fan base. I think he's doing his part to help them out.
But waiter, they have been burned so many times. Why repeat it again and again?
Because it doesn't matter. They don't care. It's like that guy that will ask every girl out. He doesn't care. The rejection now doesn't hurt anymore. The rejection doesn't hurt anymore. It's a numbers game.
Is that the whereby when he's even asking out, he's not asking out with the intention of getting the girl. It's just like, you know what? You take it off with this. Okay, I've asked that out. You move on to.
That's a smart guy, man. That's a smart guy. Play
No,
the
it's a
number
guy
game.
who's giving up hope.
No, yeah, so that's a guy that needs mental help. When
Exactly.
rejection doesn't actually emotion, then you're just going on the autopilot and so forth. But maybe that's United, you know.
Also, can someone explain me how this Frankie De Jong thing is different from Di Maria? Terry used a
That
very
is true,
stupid
though.
stupid argument that Di Maria didn't want to go anywhere. He said Di Maria was old and he didn't want to come to United. What's the difference between him and Frankie? We are trying to force him out, and he has rejected
Man
you
United
two
actually
times.
shameless.
Publicly,
It
he
shows
has
how
rejected you
shameless.
two times.
You know what's
Yeah.
interesting? That summer, I remember that summer, PSG was interested, but I don't know why, but for whatever reason, they couldn't sign him that summer. And I
He offered more
remember,
money.
I think maybe it was like when FFP was going crazy or something like that, and for whatever reason, I don't think they were able to buy him, and he really wanted to go to PSG, but Man United just came and like, boom, we want you, and that we got him, and he did not want to leave Real Madrid. And I remember the summer after, he played only one season. That the summer after that, he refused to go. There's a private jet that plane we take for preseason. He refused to show up for the plane, bro. He was supposed to show up. He refused. He said, "I'm not going." And then it's like till I leave, till PSG signed the contract and everything, he said, "I'm not leaving." And then we kind of signed a deal with PSG, and he left. Man, it is.
Wait, let me hit something up. So your boy Wing says the Conte disrespect I was seeing on Twitter today. Yeah, I was arguing with Chelsea fans who said that Jorginho was just as important as
That's
Conte in a
insane.
UCL run.
That's crazy.
You
I know,
know
just-
that you guys are trying to sell him now. You know that, right?
Apparently
Casey.
to United, I'm hearing.
What?
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. Oh yes. Perfect. If Chelsea sell Kanse to United, I'm going out on loan. I'm going out on loan. You see, that's the thing. I'm going out on loan. Yes, I'm pro-black. Yes, I'm pro-black. I'm defending my fellow African brother. I'm out on loan. Simar Singh says, we will realize the value of Pep once he retires. Not his fault that he won the treble in his first year. From there, he was never going to coach Scunthorpe.
That's true. That's true.
My thing is about this is that it's just dud. Now, Scunthorpe is, I don't mean Scunthorpe literally, I mean it figuratively. Because dud for Mourinho is what he did with FC Porto. Benitez, that UCL final against AC Milan. I've never seen Pep go to a team that doesn't have highly top quality players struggle and say what's up with them. He's always had the very
just
best
for
players.
FC Barcelona in his first year, we went trophyless for 2 seasons. Just scraped top 4 in 28. First season, he wins us a sextuple. Why will he go down?
To challenge himself.
No,
But he did challenge himself with first season in Barcelona. You know how much guts it takes to kick out Deco and Ronaldinho.
You can't be mad at Pep. You can't be mad at Pep for having a better credit score coming into the league. He's had a better credit score. Other managers have had to prove had to prove their credit, so they had to maybe have a cash credit card, and then they're able to have it, and then they can get the black card. Pep started with the black card.
It's like United
Can't fault him
fans
for that.
who grew up during the period where Ferguson were winning, right? The current United fans can't be mad at those fans for enjoying that success and them having all the misery. It's just life.
And I have to point this out too. Okay,
Like the
again,
City fans before us.
yeah, and the earlier comments, I think the super chat talking about me being a Pep apologist or whatever. Pep was given the trust. Imagine having a track record where the owners are going to be like, Pep, get whoever you want. We trust that who you get, you'll succeed. Other managers, nah. Prove that you can manage this first, and then I'll buy you more expensive players. You can't fault the man for having that trust. Can't fault them.
Daja RAF says, HH, is American ownership worrying you? Yes. Don't worry, bro. Come to Madrid. Just bring RG and Kai. You can also make trips to funny guy, Daja, funny guy. Prediction: Spurs. I wouldn't be surprised. I think
it's gonna be between Liverpool and City only. Because
Casey, if Liverpool sell Mane and
Diaz
Darwin
going-
doesn't really say what's up,
but
Yeah.
the core is still there, right? Core is still there.
Who?
Van Dijk, Alisson,
but you need to score
Fabinho.
goals. I need to also score important goals as well.
Salah. Okay, yeah, it depends if Salah's form is
No,
bad. I think
Salah's
it depends a lot on
that
Salah now.
Yeah. Okay, now if Salah's form now goes off and so forth, and Nunes needs time to adapt, there's no money to score those important goals. We have a problem. So just keep your eye on Liverpool, man. Shane, H, do you love Chelsea because you're a wee Todd? Wee Todd? What do you mean by wee Todd?
You look like a baby, right? You look like a baby.
We Todd.
Shane, first of all, I keep asking you need to answer me. I know you're a Bayern fan. Did you try to self-harm or throw yourself out the window when Drogba scored that last-minute goal in the UCL final in your own house? And did you cry when Schweinsteiger missed a penalty in front of his own fans? Please answer me. Thank you. Mikey, Chelsea next. Mikey. Shout out to you. But as I said again, look, man, if I don't have the proper signings, I will exercise my loan to Real Madrid, and I'll make that and so forth. So yeah, look, that's my ultimatum. If I don't get my signings, I'm going out on loan, man. Who is Paul Areola? I know Zach Steffen and Weston McKennie. Who's Paul
We can have
Areola?
Stefan on a free. We can actually pay his transfer for you guys.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing though. I'm not sure I want a keeper who, during like two guys, he actually comes out 3,000 yards from his goal line, and then he leaves the goal. Like, yeah, I'm not sure I want that kind of dude, So
It's an
yeah.
American thing.
Your boy David C says, would you like to play with Kane, Son, Kulusevski, or Timo Werner, or Kai? Can't hit a target to save his life, Havertz. Okay, he's obviously making the case as to why they'd want to play with Tottenham. My thing is, but what about Tuchel? You have to throw in Tuchel in there, man. David T, who is a United fan.
Right.
I repeat, David T is a United fan who was run away from United on loan to Real Madrid. The good thing is, with American owners, they can... Oh.
Wow.
Okay, let's keep it moving.
Wait, I have an important question regarding Tommy T, right? Which Tommy T would you say is better, right? The version before divorce or now? And can you see the difference, tactically even?
All I'll say is that whoever divorced Tuchel, I blame you. You couldn't work things out. You really couldn't work things out. I told you, like, okay, let me not even go there anymore. Shout out to the woman in my life. HH, who's the best Asian player? Son, 100%, fans and it's Son. Wink, all that mouth that Todd B was making. Kai, shake my head. Look, Wink, man. If we go into the next season with a bunch of bombs and so forth, man, I don't know, bro. So our final thing here, man, we have to give a shout out to this dude, man. And that's one just to this is more like praise to homeboy. So guys, Marcelo leaves Real Madrid, La Liga titles, Copa del Rey titles, 5 Champions Leagues, amazing, iconic moments. I believe he's a Real Madrid legend, and I believe that he was part of, in my opinion, the greatest Champions League team of all time, which is a team that's won 5. And I believe that he superseded Roberto Carlos, who many people still believe Roberto Carlos is one of the greatest left backs of all time. But I believe at Real Madrid, he superseded him. And for me, Marcelo is personally for me one of my favorite players of all time. Because here's the thing. This is almost like the whole Trent thing. Is he an amazing left back in the sense of the word? His defending is a bit iffy. I can't think of. I believe. No, I believe this is my assertion. He is the most naturally gifted, footballing wise, naturally gifted and talented footballing defender of all time. As far as a guy who's been a defender, there's nobody that has better footballing ability than Marcelo. The kinds of things that he was able to pull off on multiple occasions for Real Madrid were freaking insane. And I think that just goes to show to you the psychology of Brazilians. And I think it goes to show to you where something that I think we've lost. Because he's now coming up to retirement and so forth. And I will get his jersey for the rafters. But I do feel like if Marcelo really represents why I like football personally, which is that how you can entertain. Guys, this is still a game, and it's a game where we want to be entertained. And I think that's for Marcelo, especially for 2014, 15, 16, 17, 16, 17, 18, he was critical. And when I mean critical in the attack. In that attack, because remember, it was Carvajal and Marcelo as well, but he was critical in that attack for Real Madrid. I'm not sure Real Madrid win all the CLs without what Marcelo did almost every single game in a left back position, man. So don't talk to me. I mean, how much of a legend is Marcelo for Real?
The first time I saw Cancelo, right, he reminded me of the way Marcelo feels. I'm talking about, forget even fullback. I'm talking about, at the end of the day, these are footballing greats, right? Give me the ball and I can do something. And Marcelo was that guy. For me, he was more of a winger who was playing at fullback. Because he could run that whole channel, dribble you, put the ball on Ronaldo's head and you get a goal.
Yeah.
Right. And the level of consistency that he had. Because it's easy to do this for a short period of time. We've had the likes of Charisma and what they entertain you, but to do that at a high level consistently and still be functional within a team, right? For me, he's still the best left back. And right now, I think it shows a different era of fullbacks. Because fullbacks now, for me, I see them like robots. Can't really dribble. Because for me, you can't be a fullback if you can't dribble. For me, that's always one thing I say.
Yeah.
Yes, defending is good, but flair. You need. This guy had flair. Even his first touch. Most of the things people make comps now, it was the whole match.
Wait. Have you seen? There's a clip where I think that the ball comes from behind him and he controls it without.
Yes, he stops it down.
Yeah.
These highlight reels. This was just a normal day in the works for these guys, and I feel like it will be hard because then you have to see someone like Luke Shaw playing on the left back. Like it becomes frustrating, right? Because I don't think we're going to have an era of such fullbacks again. Because now it's all systematic.
Yeah, it's all about because I think that's the thing, because it's the same sort of that individuality and that personality.
Yes.
I think is good, and I think he represents that era of where you really had a personality in that left back or right back position.
Man, so no, man. I think it's more like football has lost more than the other way, and I think we'll just have to look back and appreciate one day when we're gonna see robots actually playing soccer, because that's where we at right now.
Vincent, what are you saying about Marcelo?
I hate to see him go because it is like an end of an era, end of a moment, right? Like that style of play with what you guys were both talking about. Marcelo brought I'm going to use for old school heads. I'm going to say jazz.
Mm.
For new school kids, I'm going to say freestyle.
Mm.
Like you can play within the system, but then you can have moments of freestyle, moments of just expression within the game, and there's players that are just too static, and there's no artistry is probably the best word. There's no artistry to it where he had his own style, and again.
No, basically it's like there's no unpredictability of like, man, I don't know what this guy's gonna pull off.
Yes, and that's why I want to. That's why when I think of that, I think of jazz, and I know it's a little old school, but jazz there was no script of music. Like
you just feel
you just
interpret.
Exactly, and you're doing it with other members of the band going off of them. So him in that space playing left back, and then also looking at his teammates and just being in sync. We miss so much of that, right? Obviously, Ronaldinho brought that to us, and many of us fell in love with that style of play. And he was doing it from the defensive end, being able to attack. And I hate to see it go. When we talk about best left backs and best players of past years, there's a difference with regards to like this modern era to what he brought, right? And I miss that it's going. I hope that many players and maybe new fans go back.
Sorry, I mean, in fact, just even to your point, before I forget, I do. Do you feel that again, Pep super successful, but Pep is partly to blame in how things have changed? Because I don't think a Marcelo or a Ronaldinho would fit in. So,
but Eden Alves, Eden Alves, Abidal. We could say Abidal was the one who was robotic, but
yeah.
The thing is, always.
I was going to say,
would Pep want? Let's say a pick Marcelo was available. Would Pep want a pick Marcelo, and would he allow him to be himself?
He would, but he wouldn't want two of them. He wouldn't want a left back with that, and he wouldn't want a right back with that as well. He wouldn't want the two, and we kind of see it today. Cancelo's got the freedom,
true,
you know, and Walker's more traditional. Walker's more robotic, but it needs to be in the game. It needs to remain in the game, and unfortunately, not everyone can manage that. Not everyone can coach it, and there's a reason why there's the Brazil, if you want to say Brazilian tax or Brazilian flair. It's not across the world. It's not everywhere, and what he's accomplished, absolutely amazing, and everyone should be looking to see who's the next. And I think it's going to be a long time to see that. But that's
Cancelo. For me, Cancelo has potential. The only question
Cancelo is very good. Cancelo is very good.
If you see Cancelo with the ball, there's that level of unpredictability and flair.
Yeah.
And that's why some will say no, he's not as disciplined. But these players require that creative freedom, and hence you need on the other side to have one player who will compensate for it. Because just to give you the balance,
so which is why, like,
with Madrid it was Carvajal. So Carvajal was on the other side.
Yeah, there was, but see, even on that whole Cancelo point, even mixing with Marcelo, is like, that is why I think Portugal should win the World Cup, but they probably would because of Fernando Santos. Because if you have a guy like Cancelo in that team, and you have all the kind of pieces that Portugal have with João Felix, Portugal can play a brand of football that can cause a lot of damage to teams. Because, bro, Cancelo is the kind of guy where this guy from left back position can produce magic out of nothing. But I think in a defensive system, Santos, I think, restricts him. Whereas at Cancelo, like a Marcelo, these are guys where, see, as a manager, you have to understand what different players are, because when you see a Marcelo in training, you're like, oh, no, I can't coach this guy. Or if you see Ronaldinho, say, no. Yes, Carvajal, you need to follow these instructions and so forth. But for a guy like a Marcelo, general blueprints, but interpret the game. In that minute, just I trust your football intelligence and decision making. That just I give you agency just to produce some kind of magic to help you win the game. Throw the clipboard out. The clipboard out and just do something, because I believe in you. I can't get that same trust into other. Casey, talk to me and then come to Yasser. Casey.
Yeah, I'm going Barca fan, so I'm always going to say 7-1.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but barring all that, I remember the game on 22nd March. It was around 2015, because on that wing we had Dani Alves, Messi, Marcelo, and I think CR7 also. That for me was peak football. Like that channel, that was like football at its finest. I see the thing with Marcelo is that I think Rance explains this perfectly. You can have all the pace, all the power in the world, but football at its core is a simple game. If a player like Ronaldinho, Marcelo, they can actually play it at a walking pace because they
Yeah.
are such good dribblers. They're
Yeah.
so good technically. They don't need any system because they can pass, they can dribble, they can do anything. Yeah, you can talk about his defensive ability all you want, but at the end of the day, this guy has won like 4 UCLs. If you watch his goal against Bayern
Right.
Munich, that was all him, and he just gave Cristiano a tap in.
Mm.
And I don't, because now look at it, like we have fullbacks like Trent Ward-Prowse. Uh, people call him like he's some sort of a generational talent. Dude, he's a system player. Him, Robertson, and I know Shane will kill me on this. I will even say Davis. They're athletes. They're not good footballers. They're athletes. They're system player and athletes who just fit in a system. And what we do is like they can maybe pass a ball, but none of them are actually good dribblers.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
good dribblers, I mean that they should be able to dribble at a walking pace, like a Ronaldinho, Messi, and Marcelo.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because I think that's it. Because basically, Brazil evolved the game. Like when you saw Carlos Alberto score that goal, which is the greatest team goal of all time, in 1970, nobody, because before Brazil, people were like, oh no, right back and left back, you defend and so forth. But what Brazil did was, no, our right back and left back, these are other wingers as well. So Brazil just said, no, we are evolving the game where the left back and the right back are actual players, are actual footballers. I remember there was one, I think it was the O2 World Cup.
You know, this is why Neymar's downfall is so sad, because he was supposed to be that player.
No,
He has everything.
No, but
everything.
Casey,
No, wait, hold on.
Yeah. This is gonna take us. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
but Nick, let's not bring in Neymar, please, no. But I remember there was something, I think it was in the O2 World Cup, where Cafu and Roberto Carlos were literally pinging the ball to one another across. I said, bro, this is something different.
Yeah.
And I think that when you just see what Marcelo does and so forth, I'm like, man, is this the
Is
last
he
of
the
the
best?
Mohicans?
is he better than Roberto Carlos?
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
I'll say on the because Carlos was
In terms of
shooting
a footballer,
footballer,
overall
yes.
footballer, Marcelo is the best defender I've ever seen. In terms of an overall football, I've never seen a footballer as talented.
It
I've never
is.
seen a defender as talented a footballer as Marcelo.
Daniel-
When Marcelo was more winger, like he
Daniel
could
was-
play as a winger. He was that good.
But
Daniel Alves
as
was
a left
better.
back though, no, as a left back, Casey. Luckily, Dan Alves was a right back, and Marcelo was a left back. Because Dan would have had interesting conversation about Danny Alves and Marcelo. But the fact that they weren't playing the same position, I like that. But for me,
no.
me,
You see, sorry, I'm going to yes. Danny Alves, amazing, superb, amazing, but 100%, I still believe, as ability-wise, the kinds of things
Not
that
as
Marcelo could
talented
do,
as.
different.
HH, you know what it is, you know.
And Marcelo could actually be a freestyler. You know those guys who
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
that good that he could be a freestyler.
But you know, it's interesting. I because the game has changed. Because it's so weird. Because I remember when I was watching Marcelo, Marcelo was one of my favorite players to watch. Just watching football, I loved watching Marcelo. Marcelo the guy was doing some weird stuff,
Crazy
bro.
stuff.
Like what?
No, seriously, yes, I told you. There was a time where you couldn't watch a game for Marcelo Real Madrid where he doesn't do at least one crazy move. Like, man, how the hell what the hell did he do? Every game he'll do something crazy.
I remember that the tie between Real Madrid and Schalke. Do you know it was weird because a lot of players were like they shown out in that game. Cristiano, but then there was I think the first leg it was literally the Cristiano Marcelo show. Marcelo, I think he had like 2 goals in that game or something crazy like that. And it was like, I think one of these goals was like in the, I don't know. I don't quite remember. But no, for me, Marcelo was one of my favorite players because the guy, you know, the thing is, I come from a footballing family. You know, like honestly, like my dad, he's a footballing guy. Dude is like an OG footballer, you know, like played football back home, played football. Came to America, played football, coaches football, always coach football. So I come from a footballing family, and it's like when you see a player like Marcelo, it's like it's all about enjoyment, watching it.
Yeah.
Like when you go outside and you play football, you want to imitate players like Marcelo. That's what you want to do, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, man, like this guy, man. You know, when he started to become old and he lost his pace, he became old. I felt bad because I'm like, it's like seeing one of your favorite players, like, you know, like slowly
happens,
lose,
man.
you know.
And
Like,
it
happens.
it kind of crushes you, you know, a little bit, you know. You're like, damn, I remember, you know.
But double edge.
the thing.
What else?
Go ahead, Casey.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Casey.
You can go. You can go.
Wait,
All right.
wait.
The thing that kind of drives me crazy a little bit with regards to maybe the criticism or the evaluation of a player like Marcelo is, let's not say naturally gifted or naturally talented, because a player like him has mastered the fundamentals, has put in time to master the game, to be able to have that freedom, right? Because it sometimes it gets easily said, you know, with players that look like us, that it's just natural ability. Nah, like there's some work and there's some hours in terms of perfecting the skill to be able to express that way. So
No, please. This is what I always say. This is why I hate, because this is what they always do to black players: pace and power. You know that, you know, black guys were fast, were strong, and so forth. But this is what I say to guys: football is a skill-based sport. You cannot succeed in football with just pace and power. It's impossible.
No, but how
you
can
have
they
to be
say-
technically proficient.
How,
So
after watching Ronaldinho, how can they say that?
No, I think the biggest thing is the fact that most fans now are stats merchants.
yeah,
And the fact that we now base the greatness of a player based on the number of goals and or assists that came on, not knowing that back then most of the times the fullback made the pre-assist because you had
Yeah.
wingers who are still playing, right?
Yeah.
Whereby I'll make space for the winger. Once I've created a space for him, I'll put the ball before the assist.
No, but done. How? Let's say even say there's no presses. How do you quantify Marcelo if you don't watch him play? Because if you watch him play, the way he's affecting their attack and the amount of pressure he's putting on the opposition by the runs he's making, the passes he's making, the moves he's making, and the connections he's making, that can't be quantified on goals, stats, and so forth. You have to look at it.
The reason why
You can quantify it properly if you want. Just compare Marcelo dribbling stats to Trent. Compare his passing accuracy to Trent.
Casey, forget even that, because I remember there was a time
because that's what I see a lot of people say online, that
I'm saying
Marcelo and
they were having a discussion
Elvis
of best
didn't have that many
fullbacks
assists
of
as
all time.
Trent and Robertson have now.
Wait, don't say don't.
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying they were having, I think, I forgot which platform they were having a discussion for the best fullbacks of all time. And the metric they use is, okay, how do we judge players who are currently active? They're like, no, let's look at their current stats and their trajectory and then try to make. I'm like, no, that's not how you do things. You must understand that in different eras, the roles your role had a different purpose. Whereby as a fullback, you're not going there making the cross. You're probably doing something else, and within that period, it will determine whether you were a great fullback or not. So the fact that everything is mostly stat based, even the average players look great and the great players look average, and that's the sad part of football.
It is also that and this is something that I want football to come back to, is players like Marcelo. Like, I feel like we've lost players like that, like him. We just haven't. It's just players that exceeds what we perceive as being technically good players.
Oh, no,
like,
but yes, because the game has changed though. Because I think right now it's about systems now. Like, it's not start again. Like look at that classical. It was like you had Messi, you had Cristiano, you had Dani Alves, you had Marcelo. Now it's Klopp against Pep. It's Pep against Tuchel. It's manager against manager now. So now you now have to fit systems now.
But I think, in my general opinion, I think there will be a time where we will see a team that has so much individual quality to the point that the system can be as good to a point, but there's like football is magical. Why is it so magical? Because you have a player like Maradona out of nowhere that it doesn't matter how good of a system the other team has, it doesn't matter. Like, the guy will do things with the ball that you cannot prepare for, similar to Pele and Dino and Zidane. It's like like I look back and like they planned for these guys. The Messis, they planned for it. But it's like football is such a unique and beautiful sport where like that when you have like individuals that can do magical things, it's like you put your hands up. It's like, hey, there's nothing. There's nothing Pep can do. There's
But
nothing Klopp can do.
But
There's
double edge,
nothing the system can do.
I see it as a point in the sense
Yeah.
that when you have system versus system,
Yeah.
you need individual brilliance to beat the other system.
Yeah.
Because you find a lot of wingers. Most wingers nowadays can't even dribble. They just want space to run.
Yeah.
You understand?
Oh, no, because that's why that's why Real Madrid's UCL win is so significant.
Yes.
Because how did Real Madrid win? Real Madrid win by individual moments. Look at that Chelsea game. Look at Modric's pass to Rodrigo. You look at the City game. Look at what Benzema did in that first leg. Look at Benzema's pass to Rodrigo. And then again, you look at even in the final. You look at what Valverde did and Valverde's shots that went to Vini. So what Real showed is that, well, it's going to be a tug of war between the systems that are led by a Klopp, a Tuchel, a Pep, and so forth, and also. But here's the thing, though: Real Madrid are rolled. Who are the next group of individuals
Listen,
like a Real
that's
Madrid?
where I want to come in. I want to come in on this.
Yeah, Casey.
LSG was supposed to be that team.
Yes.
Full of great individuals.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it's not a football club, so you at least need some sort of a system.
But Casey, if PSG were run properly, they win a UCL. If PSG were run, because I'm like, you can't tell me a team that has Neymar, Mbappe, Marco, and so forth do not win a UCL. And here's the thing. Okay, I'll go even one step further. If Tuchel had stayed on,
yes,
they probably win it the following year.
Yes.
If Tuchel had stayed on,
I don't think so. Because
I believe
you have to remember. You have to remember
because Chelsea will want to win the.
No. I agree. But PSG under Tuchel are actually going down. They lost to Man U in the group stages. They were actually second or third in Liga also. So their form was
Madrid
actually
lost to
very bad.
freaking Sheriff.
No, I know. But in Liga also their form was very bad. PSG's. So that's why you were saying that Lomas Luka every time.
Casey, him or Poch. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me just say this, Josh. Wait, hold on. Let me just say this, and I'll come to since Pedri is not a footballer, he's an artist. Let's not give it too much hype. Relax. Let's give it to her. Hold on.
Oh, no, actually, she's nice though. Pedri's nice.
Cancelo is the only fullback with flair these days. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Like he's the only guy who can produce something amazing. Like his passes with outside of his foot and so forth and everything. Like he's the only guy who has he's the only fullback with flair. Yeah.
He dribbles and he can dribble people, man.
Yeah.
He takes on people.
I don't know. I know there's a difference. Coverage is weird. In America, our coverage of the Premier League is beautiful. It is actually nice because we get to watch a lot of games. For me, like I think on average, I watch at least out of 38 games, I watch probably 28 anywhere from 25 to 28 of Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool games. So I watch so much of the games, and for me, when I watch Man City games, this is how I watch it because I'm a sick guy. This is how I watch Man City game. I turn it on. If Manchester City scores in the first 10 minutes, I turn it off. I didn't turn it off. But one thing I will say is while watching Man City, that guy Cancelo, man. That guy Cancelo is annoying. He's annoyingly good at football. That's all I'm gonna say.
The guy's crazy. The guy's crazy. Wait,
what I want to say about PSG and Tuchel is I think for a team like that, you need an Ancelotti. An Ancelotti kind of manager whereby there's a system, but there's room for individual brilliance. That's what we lack. That's the type of managers whereby I think most managers of the Tuchel club and they're too system oriented that they don't leave room.
Micromanage.
Exactly. So PSG, what they needed is someone of that kind of ilk, whereby he's got a system, but he gives you that freedom. Because players of that ilk, they want that freedom.
Because my thing, I think because people say, okay, trying to figure out the whole City thing and so forth. I think an issue with City is there isn't an individual who can just say, screw the clipboard, let me just do something crazy. Because they're like system.
That was Messi.
No,
Give me the
because
ball. Let
yeah,
me do something.
like Pep even said in his thing, I'm sort of paraphrasing that, it's only plan A. If plan A doesn't work, we didn't do plan A properly.
Yes.
We will always win if we execute plan A. We only lose because we did not properly execute plan A. So, but sometimes you have to go beyond the plan and have the individual who is just there just to do something crazy and just something awkward. Because Marcelo's first leg versus PSG in 2018 was out of this world. No, look, Marcelo had huge games in that UCL run, man. Huge games, man.
There's two managers that PSG, I want them, like, if they want to win the Champions League, they should sign Zinedine Zidane, which is the obvious, and Uncle Mo. Mourinho.
Why?
Why? Because Mourinho will give you defensive stability, and he will give, and then the front line can have freedom.
But look, yes, yeah.
Freedom
it's not PSG to Mbappe FC. Guys, we have to be out of here. Guys,
Yeah.
shout out to Don. Vero, thank you. Great debut, man. Love having you on here. We'll have to have you on here again. Yes, yeah, thank you. Casey, thank you. And guys, we're probably going to be back here on Thursday for another one as well. Peace out, stay true. One love, guys. Peace out, guys. Peace. Peace.